Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We're very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours on a beautiful day here in East Tennessee. Kent State week continues for Tennessee, getting ready for the game at Neyland Stadium on Saturday night. 7:45 kickoff Saturday night when Tennessee will play the game.
What you smiling for? You have to no good, Josh. That is a evil look you have.
I'm excited for the show, and I don't mind hiding it.
All right,
I don't want to hide it. I want to show it.
All right, cool. All right, just want to make sure, man.
How are you?
Tennessee's 2-0. Tennessee's one of the best teams in the country. Tennessee is a championship quality team, caliber team. What you think?
I think you're probably doing pretty well.
I'm good, man. The weather is perfect. It was cool and crisp this morning. It was great, man. It was great. Tennessee's going to be 3-0 after this weekend, going into Oklahoma. Prime time slot. The world will talk about Tennessee. They'll try to talk about Oklahoma because they're the host team, but they won't be able to deny what happened on Saturday and how dominant the defense was. They'll spend good 15, 20 minutes talking about Tennessee and their defense. Free advertising. Free pub. I can't wait. So I'm great, Josh Ward. Nice shirt.
Thank you.
How are you? I forgot to ask you. I guess I should since you asked me.
Common courtesy.
Yep.
Doing okay. Doing okay.
That's good to know. It's good to know, Josh. Good to know, man.
If I had said, I've been better, not doing so well, would you have asked to follow up, or would you have just wanted to continue with the show?
Just continue with the show, man.
Okay.
Move the drill. Move the drill forward.
We're moving forward.
Or Riverside. Somebody
Until
gets hurt in
3 o'clock.
practice.
Yep.
You turn the drill the opposite direction, or you just move it down 15 yards. The show must go on, Josh Ward. Get over it. Let's go.
Just like Kent State has signed up for 60 minutes of football on Saturday night,
I
we
hope
have
the check is
signed up
good.
for 2 hours and 55 minutes.
I hope the check is good for Kent State. Because I hope we make it earn it. I want you to have nightmares about Tennessee. Same way NC State players are having nightmares this week. Just out of nowhere. Waking up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Peely. Joshua Josephs. That's what I want Akron to do.
You think they're
Kent
just
State.
asleep,
Whatever.
having nightmares? Dog, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron Carter. Tempo. The defensive players. The tempo. So fast.
Now, Kent State players, they may still be dealing with some trauma from the St. Francis result this past weekend. So I don't know if they're on to Tennessee or still dealing with that.
We might make them quick football then.
So I agree with you. I think Tennessee's going to be 3-0 after this Saturday. I expect Tennessee to win the game against Kent State. We've seen Tennessee.
Kent State.
We've seen Tennessee move up in the polls. They're number 7 in the Associated Press poll.
Yep.
I think you and I would both have Tennessee higher if the
Top
Associated
5.
Press asked us, but they did not.
They need to start.
So the SP Plus has Tennessee at number 6. The
That's closer.
Football Power Index has Tennessee at number 5.
That's about right.
Last night on Josh Pate's show, he put out his updated poll that he does every week, and he has Tennessee number 5. He also, I think earlier in the show, he listed out 10 things he believes he has learned about this football season through 2 weeks. One of the items had to do with the Tennessee Volunteers. Josh Pate, he's over in Nashville. He's been a friend of the show. He has a great, trustworthy first name. He had to say this about Tennessee.
As much as Oregon doesn't look like a national title contender, I've learned Tennessee's a national title contender. I went beyond SEC there. I went beyond just playoff. See, there's this tiered language that we use these days with an expanded playoff. And if you say someone's a playoff contender, that's a fancy way of saying they can make it, but they can't win it. Now, Tennessee playing the kind of defense they're playing now, combined with just Josh Heupel, anytime he's got elite talent at quarterback, they can win it. They are a definite team in the mix, along with your Georgias and your Bamas and your Texases, Ohio States. They can win this thing. The difference is you will blindly buy into the notion that all the other ones will. I've got a solid portion of our audience, I go back and forth with you guys all the time, who believe Tennessee just flat out can't do this anymore. I think it's just because of recency bias and you haven't seen them. If you're a 20-year-old viewer of the show, you haven't lived in a world where Tennessee's a national title contender. Well, you have now, because they are again. Just because they haven't in your lifetime doesn't mean they won't in your lifetime, maybe as soon as this year. So what did we always say? I'm going to talk about USC in a little while, but what have we always said with these coaches like Heupel? Man, if they can ever pair a pretty good to elite defense with what they do offensively, woo! Now, normally it doesn't happen because normally, stylistically, DNA-wise, you got to give something up to get something, but Tennessee's figured something out, and that travels. You know, they'll go to Oklahoma in a couple of weeks. Eventually, they'll go to Georgia. They didn't have a shot against Georgia last time they went down there. They'll have a shot. No, they will have a shot because they got things that travel.
Josh Pate on his college football show last night talking about Tennessee, a national title contender.
That sounds familiar. Huh. Wow. I recall saying the same thing yesterday to open the show.
Was I here yesterday at the start?
Uh-huh. You need some vitamins to help with your memory?
Do vitamins do that?
You need supplements?
Like the Flintstones?
I guess. Yabba dabba do pills? Is that what you need to help you remember? Because I said that yesterday, Josh. I said that. Defense travels.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee's defense, especially the defensive front, will travel to OU, give OU some problems. It's why Tennessee is different than 2022. It's why, if you are a Tennessee fan, you need to drop the whole BVS act. Let it go. Here we are. We work for this. We've earned this. We put in a lot of time and effort to get to this point. We here. Now, we got to continue to get better, but we here. This team, this program, all it needed was a defense with some studs up front, and here we are. We've been building, working towards this for years. Glad Josh Pate sees what I see.
I agreed with you yesterday, now that I recall your words.
Oh, they're kicking in.
But I figured you'd probably rather hear a different Josh who agrees with you. Josh Pate agreeing with you might solidify your thoughts in your own mind versus Josh Ward, which might do the opposite, causing you to rethink your own thoughts.
No. It's just good to hear someone that knows ball, and you know ball, but someone else who knows ball.
And contender doesn't mean
better Josh.
Favorite, but Tennessee has elevated from, I think, the status of what Josh Pate mentioned there. Teams that you say, yeah, they could be a playoff contender, meaning I think they could get in, but if they get in, they're going to be out quickly. Like, that could happen to Tennessee too, but Tennessee would be among the teams that if the Vols make the playoffs, I believe we would have to talk about them having a real chance, especially if they can finish out in a position where a lot of people have them right now in that 5 to 8, because that means you're hosting in the first round. So if you can host, that gives you a better chance of getting out of the first round and then being among the real players. So if Tennessee can be in that spot by season's end, then Tennessee has a really good chance. If they, like with one of the preseason predictions that had Tennessee going to Columbus to take on Ohio State in the first round, could Tennessee go up there and win? Yes, they could. That's obviously a lot tougher than if the Vols are a higher seed in Knoxville hosting somebody that may not have as much talent or as good of a team as Tennessee.
Last year in the college football playoff, do you remember the 4 teams that participated?
The 4 teams last year, I do. Michigan and Alabama. Michigan won that one.
Yep.
Texas and Washington. Washington won that one.
Yeah,
and then Michigan won the title.
Correct. That Texas defensive line was pretty damn good, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
One of those guys playing for the Titans. The other guy, I think, was drafted. One of them won Sweat won the Outland Trophy. Alabama's defense front's always good. We know Michigan's defense front was nasty. Washington's defense is pretty good, too. Offensive line was good. The common denominator is those 4 teams had really good play in the trenches on both sides of the football. Offensively, they're a little different. All 4 of those teams are a little bit different in how they decide to skin a cat. But defensively, pretty much the same. And in the trenches. That's Tennessee this year from what we've seen in 2 games.
The reason I think it's different with Steve Sarkisian at Texas this time is because he went to Alabama, was there around Nick Saban, then went to Texas and knew he better go get right along the lines of scrimmage, and that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Heupel and his staff have gotten Tennessee right along the defensive line, and they're in a pretty darn good position, it looks like, on the offensive line. There's more growth, development that needs to take place, I think, for them to be totally happy with what they have. But I think they're pretty happy with what they have right now. And the defensive line has a chance to be considered the best in the country. It's in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And the offensive line has all conference candidates up front, too. So depth is a bigger question there. But right now, Tennessee has an offensive and defensive line that should allow them to compete with anybody.
Yeah, next week when they're talking about Tennessee on College Game Day, the conversation should be about defense, then Nico. Defensive line, defense, then Nico. That should be the 2 topics when talking about Tennessee next week.
And I still say, as difficult for some reason as it is for running backs to get a lot of Dylan Sampson.
Oh, yeah.
But you're right. From a national standpoint, Nico's going to get so much.
They're not going to talk about Dylan Sampson, though.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What happened to that position? It used to be everybody's favorite guy to talk about.
Well, we will.
Yeah.
Local media, folks who talk about Tennessee more frequently, we will. But, like, national media, you're going to talk about the defense because of the dominating performance against NC State on the national stage.
Yeah.
And you're going to talk about Nico because he's the new flavor of the month. He plays quarterback, and he plays in a fun offense that generates a lot of explosive play. So that's low-hanging fruit for the national media to talk about.
Did Keyshawn Johnson do this? He made everything about the passing game. Just throw me the damn ball. That was his book he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
What if you choose the running back, Marshall Faulk? What if he had written the book, just hand me the damn ball? I know he's a good receiver too, but.
Well, yeah, they threw the ball a lot too. I think he had.
You get the point.
I'm trying to. Yeah, kind of.
We used to love running backs.
We used to. We still love running backs.
We toss them aside. Monday night didn't help, by the way. Christian McCaffrey's out and
didn't matter.
Didn't skip a beat.
Didn't matter. Undrafted free agent whose career high was 67 yards before Monday night.
I got love for offensive guards. I have love for running backs. Those that are just brushed aside, I got love for them. I want to be on record with that.
We got love for
while
our
wide
running backs.
receivers are running down the field, putting their hand up. Just throw it to me.
Hey, just trying to let you know we open.
Marvin Harrison was trying to let Kyler Murray know the other day.
Well, you know why? He couldn't find the receiver?
We're not making height jokes on this show.
Josh, I just asked you a question.
I sent you a proud photo from the Tennessee Valley Fair yesterday.
Yeah. You barely made the cut.
I was too tall for the ride.
Barely.
Now, it was the ride that my 4- and 6-year-olds were on, but I was still too tall.
Josh, you barely. It's kind of like, Zakai Ziegler dunking. Like, he barely got that hand over the top of the rim. Zakai, my guy, but I saw him dunk one time. It wasn't like he was over the rim like Keon Johnson.
Some were calling me Josh Too Tall Ward yesterday.
Whoa, nobody was saying that except for like the 4-year-olds.
I said some. I wasn't specific. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. So back-to-back days, you've heard Josh and Swain call Tennessee a national title contender.
My man Ron Slay kicking up some dust over there too in Nashville.
Ron Slay on 3HL yesterday. He's putting Earth on notice. If the Vols win the football national title, that'll do it. for Earth?
Earth? Why would you stop in there?
Combustion.
The universe. The universe better get a heads up. We about to act a fool. We about to show both booty cheeks. If Tennessee wins the national championship of football, you won't be able to tell us nothing. You got to get permission to talk to us. You better send an invite just to have a conversation with us if we win that championship. If you go to church and you got some Bama friends, man, they might not want to go to church. They might want to join a different congregation. It's going to be like that. Don't let Tennessee win that championship, man. Be over. It will be over, Joshua.
Kent State. Focus on the opponent.
Leave
Kent
me alone.
State. 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Caller 5 to 656 wins. Gets to make your best guess at the Tennessee final score this week. If yours is the guess chosen and it's correct, you can pick any Ford or Lincoln on the Ted Russell lot up to $75,000. Caller 5 right now to 656-9467 from Ted Russell Ford and 99.1 The Sports Animal.
25 minutes, fellas. Just 25 minutes is all it takes to get your levels checked at Low T Center. So if you're feeling tired, feeling grumpy, you've noticed weight gain, loss of muscle mass, motivation and drive is a little off, well, Low T Center can help with your first step, and that is the first step, getting those levels checked. Their physicians specialize in treating low testosterone with customized therapy or TRT for each patient. They also have a decade of experience helping patients achieve life-changing results, and most health insurance is accepted for treatment. For established patients with stable T levels, they offer a convenient physician-monitored self-inject treatment plan. This is shipped right to your front porch each and every month without the need to go into the center for those weekly visits. Also, you can get your health evaluated for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications. You can look your best. More importantly, you can feel your best. First step is going to the website. That is lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This has been a paid announcement.
Tommy Went here. When I'm on the football field, I rely on my teammates and coaches to be at the top of their game. The A.G. Hines Company, a fourth-generation family business backed by more than 100 years of customer service, serving all of East Tennessee. That's a century's worth of knowledge and material application. Concrete, masonry, waterproofing, stucco eaves, slate roofing, and manufactured stone veneer. They have you covered with name brands like Nudura, Drive It, and Spec Mix. No job is too big or too small. They have the right set of coaches to assist you in all your residential or commercial construction needs. The A.G. Hines Company, building materials since anyone can remember.
Good old East Tennessee, we know family, hard work, and helping your neighbors still means a lot. I'm Nick Whitehead with Whitehead Auto Sales in Alcoa and Knoxville. Our family-owned and operated business is celebrating our 20-year anniversary. Our pillars are those three items: family, hard work, and helping your neighbor. Experience the difference of why we've been voted #1 in Blount County for years now, and why we've expanded to Chapman Highway to help even more. Visit whiteheadautosales.com or come shake our hands for a deal you can't find anywhere else. 20 years from our family to yours at Whitehead Auto Sales.
Interest rates are still a killer, so maybe you've decided we're not moving, at least for a few years. But now what? Hey, this is Heather Harrington. If you were looking to move because you didn't like the kitchen or the master bathroom at your current place, it's time to call in the pros at Kitchen Sales. Yes, kitchens are in the name, and they can create a dream kitchen for you on any budget. But they can also do bathroom remodels, commercial kitchens, or even new construction builds. You can maximize your storage options, create a newer, sleeker look to your space, and change the whole vibe of your house with a new kitchen or a bathroom. And Kitchen Sales is one-stop shopping. Pick out the cabinetry, your countertops, your appliances, and get your financing all straightened out at Kitchen Sales. They've got 2 great showrooms that are going to help you figure out what you want to put in your home. Hoyt Avenue just off Cherry Street, or in the Town and Country Circle Shopping Center out west near Best Buy. Get rid of the dull and install the dream at Kitchen Sales. Find them online at kitchensales.net.
This has been a paid advertisement.
Tyler Ivins here for Amazon Hub Delivery. I love what Amazon Hub Delivery is doing right now. Let them partner with your business. You want to know why? They're going to help your business. They're going to help your neighbor, and they're going to help establish income for your business while you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery. Think about this. It's you, your team, delivering Amazon packages to customers in your neighborhood. Best part, you'll be paid for every package you deliver, and it's easy to get started. I know what you're thinking. No. There is no delivery experience required. There is no long-term contracts, and you receive weekly direct deposits. You can earn more, gain exposure for your business. So how do you do it? I'm glad you asked. You can apply today at Amazon.com/hub delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB delivery. So if you know a local business that would make a great partner, perhaps maybe a coffee shop, an automotive shop, dry cleaner, refer that business today and earn $500 when they sign up. Just visit Amazon.com/hub delivery to learn more.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900 to join us. Text box is open. A few messages coming in. We'll open that up in just a moment. As I said, it's already open, so we'll look in just a moment.
Never closes, Josh.
Right now, we say hello to Shane, who heard the sound a moment ago. The chance to score Ford from Ted Russell Ford. Shane, thanks for calling. Do you have a score prediction for Tennessee and Kent State on Saturday?
Yeah, I got the Big Orange rolling 59-3.
59-3. No touchdown for Kent State this weekend there, Swain.
That sounds about right. I don't see it happening.
Okay, 59-3. The Vols big again. Shane, we appreciate you listening. Appreciate you calling in, and good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shane. Shane says Tennessee 59-3 over Kent State on Saturday. We will take more predictions through the rest of the week. We'll draw one of those at random on Friday, and if the score that we draw hits exactly right Saturday night, the person that predicts it will be able to go spend up to $75,000 on a brand-new Ford vehicle at Ted Russell Ford on Parkside Drive, on Kingston Pike, and online at tedrussellford.net. Your chance this week and all season long to score a Ford from Ted Russell Ford. 59-3.
Let's go, Tulane. Beat them up. Beat them up. We'll be chilling around halftime.
Taking on the Sooners.
Yeah.
Tulane is.
Oh, my bad. Forgot we were talking about the Kent State game.
Yeah.
Just took the score.
Yeah, Oklahoma plays Tulane.
My bad.
Tennessee plays Kent State.
Yep.
And then I'd have to look it up to see next week's opponent.
After OU?
No, after Kent State.
Oh.
Because
OU.
one game at a time.
OU. Well, this week is the bye week. Next week is Oklahoma. Well, this week's like a practice scrimmage.
It's in some ways lighter than that.
Especially for the offensive line. I saw the offensive line fighting for their life. Scrimmage number 1. Saturday, we saw why.
Did I see a David? I think he actually took it down, but he tweeted to you his concerns with the idea of looking past Kent State. Do you remember the Georgia State game? Is that what it was?
Yep.
You're not playing Saturday, David. Relax.
Yeah. I do love, and that's what fandom is about, right? You like VFL is not just reserved for the players. It's whoever wants to be of all, whoever loves Tennessee. You are VFL. When fans are saying, "Hey, man, we won," yeah, like we did. Your team did, but you ain't on the team. Okay, so you don't have to worry about focusing versus Kent State because nothing you do or say is going to have an impact on this game. I promise you. So you can look at it if you want to.
Speaking of VFLs, I saw your former teammate, Gerard Mayo, handing over a nice orange Tennessee hoodie for Jacoby Brissett, the starting quarterback of the Patriots. who played at NC State in college, for his press conference.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I'm getting, Chris Dorn.
That's a good choice right there.
Yeah. But it won't be as nice as that one. It's going to be a T-shirt. It's going to be a T-shirt. But it's going to be orange, though. That's for sure. But it's cold up there in Boston.
Got a nice power tee right there in the middle.
Oh, yeah, and it's orange. It's not
orange.
Smoky gray. It's not white. It's not black. It is a orange hoodie. That's how you do it right there. That's the Mayo that I know. Loves Tennessee. It always reps Tennessee.
How's he going to do his quarterback like that? It's his quarterback.
Don't make the bet.
That is one way to avoid it.
He's a player's coach.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Brian in the text box. Ron Slay is right. If Tennessee wins the national title, I'm finding the nuclear codes. Ron putting Earth and all of the universe on notice.
Now, Ron, that's not smart.
Now, how about this? David in Cincinnati messaged us, said, I saw a man wearing a Kent State shirt yesterday.
Oh, bless his heart.
He saw my UT hat. He looked down, and I said...
He didn't want to make eye contact.
Yeah. David told him, get ready for the boom boom. And check out Josh and Swain every weekday, noon to 3 on the Sports Animal.
There you go.
Says the gentleman didn't appear amused. So, David, appreciate it.
Yeah, David should
a little marketing for us.
David just told the Kent State guy, B2A. B2A. It's coming.
So that means belt to the backside. Is that what that means?
Boot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But belt's good too.
Either one works, I guess. Message is sent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. What we said in our
that's more
circle,
translatable than Daryl Taylor's.
Yes. Yeah. Less words, but ours was GATA. Get after that backside. Use your imagination. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah.
Russell says, I'm thinking 80-3 this week. Most of the starters coming out in street clothes after the half.
That would be a strong flex.
Yep.
If you let dudes completely undress and change into their warm-ups at halftime.
Yeah, if you just drop down to a 60-man roster or whatever.
All right, boys. Shower up. We're going to talk to the third team in the walk-ons for the second half.
Randall and Etowah, could this be the first R-rated football game due to gore and violence?
Yeah, it might be. But I don't think we're going to do.
There's a lot of bulletin board material.
For who? Kent State?
Mm-hmm.
Not worried, but I don't think we're going to do Kent State like we did UTC. You had some guys limping in that NC State game. Nico, took some hits. You got a big season ahead. Oklahoma is the game circled on Josh Heupel's calendar. I'm pretty sure he's telling everybody it's just a regular game. But who believes that?
Come on now.
Like, no one believes that.
Don't insult me.
Like even if he said, I'm 1,000% sure, and he is hooked up to a polygraph machine, and he's like, no, I'm serious. This game is like every other game. And it checks out that he's telling the truth, I would think that the graph was broke. That machine is obviously broke.
Well, it's not a lie if you believe it.
It is a broken machine. Because this is not another game for Josh Heupel.
What about BDA? Beat that.
I like B2A.
Okay.
I like B2A.
Yeah, and it's the letter B, the number 2, the letter A. Players have been sharing that on social media a good amount.
Yeah.
Boo Carter loves it.
He loves it. Yeah. Dante Thornton loves it. I don't know if that was supposed to get out, but
It's out.
It's out. And you better win, because if you don't win, the opposing team is probably going to use it against us.
Josh in Newport, we need Jim Ross to call this game.
Oh, man.
Every time Tennessee scores, he can yell out, "As God is my witness, Kent State is broken in half."
Man, love Jim Ross. Big-time Sooner fan.
He is, that's right. Yep. Next week, Tennessee and Oklahoma. Looked it up on the schedule.
I can't trash talk Jim Ross.
Jim's great.
Now, he is great.
Yep. Had him on the air a couple times. Maybe we can get him again.
Yeah, I had him on years ago.
Then he came rolling through Knoxville. Maybe 15. Did he come here in 15? Is that when it was?
I think so. You know, we played him in 14, played him in 15.
Yeah. I've got a photo with Will, him, and me, so I could find it out. But yeah, he likes Knoxville. Supported Knoxville. Mayor Jacobs.
Did you Photoshop the picture? How tall is he?
We'll come back. 865-656-9900 is how you can be a part of the show. We think it will go on until 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Allegedly.
The focus continues on Kent State for Tennessee this weekend right here on Josh and Swain.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
In the NFL, Dolphins running back Raheem Mostert has been ruled out for Thursday night's game against the Bills, while running back Devon Achane is a game-time decision. Mostert sustained a chest injury in Miami's win over Jacksonville. The lack of running back depth could mean VFL Jalen Wright will likely see some playing time should Achane sit out for tomorrow night's game against Buffalo. Michigan's Sharon Moore has signed a 5-year deal with the university after coaching the first 2 games of the season without a contract. Michigan's former offensive coordinator took over for Jim Harbaugh, who left the school during the offseason to take over the Los Angeles Chargers in the NFL. Major League Baseball in the evening at 6:45. Rockies visit the Tigers. Phillies host the Rays. Braves take on the Nationals. Just after 7, Royals visit the Yankees. Twins host the Angels. Red Sox face the Orioles. At 7:45, the Reds visit the Cardinals. Just after 8, Astros host the A's. At 9:45, Padres get the Mariners. Giants face the Brewers, and the Cubs get the Dodgers at 10. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Wedding season is here. It's basically what's going on all summer long. Hey, this is Heather. If you need jewelry for your big day, then look no further than my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers. They're located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. And TK, he's been in business for years. He's got everything bridal, from a huge selection of engagement rings, but you maybe have already crossed that off. Do you need a matching wedding band? Do you need a gift for the bride to open the morning of the wedding? And ladies, do you need to hook your girls, all your bridesmaids, up with a beautiful and affordable gift that they can cherish forever? TK Wheeler Jewelers has it all. Whether you're looking for great gold bangle bracelets, beautiful diamond stud earrings, different necklace pendants. My necklace, I wear it every single day from TK Wheeler Jewelers. It's just 3 gold discs with the initials of my favorite 3 boys on them. So when you're looking for those special gifts, look no further than my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a paid announcement. Experience the cold refreshment of the Rockies on Rocky Top with ice-cold 102-calorie Coors Light, the official beer of chill. Every Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So make sure the mountain on your can of Coors Light is blue at your next Big Orange tailgate, because that means it's ready to enjoy. Coors Light, born in the Rockies, made to chill. Proud sponsor of Tennessee football. Now available on Saturdays at Neyland Stadium. Please drink responsibly.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Ski of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
It's time to tee it up at the Ruggles Ferry Golf Club on Ruggles Ferry, Pike and Straw Plains. About 5 minutes from I-40, convenient to just about anywhere. Great bent grass greens that are always in great shape. And lovely Bermuda fairways. Drive right to your ball. 4 sets of tees. It's for everybody. And let me tell you something. You always have a great time when you play Ruggles Ferry Golf Club. Why? Well, the people are great. Oh, one of the best driving ranges around, too. That's probably where I'd be. Ruggles Ferry Golf Club, 932-4450.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Stay comfortable all year long by becoming a member of the Chancey & Reynolds Comfort Club. Members get 2 seasonal checkups, one in the heating and one in the cooling seasons. Discounts on services and priority for service calls. And you'll be prepared for a cold winter, a hot summer, or anything in between. For details, call 865-525-5076 or ChanceyReynolds.com. Chancey & Reynolds, your York HVAC contractor.
Big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
86 degrees, low humidity, east wind, light, and no rain ahead of Francine's first impact, which will be the high, thin, translucent veil of clouds. It's here tonight. Should be a beautiful sunset. Rain is arriving from the outer bands, but not till late Thursday and then more Friday, Saturday. From the WVLT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Recovering millions in damages for personal injury clients throughout East Tennessee. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group so they can help you get the help you need. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us.
What's so funny over there, Josh?
The internet. Probably shouldn't get on it much anymore.
Well, if you want the truth, that's where you go.
That's the first place I go. If you can't trust the internet, specifically strangers,
exactly,
then who do you go to for guidance?
Who can you trust?
I don't know.
Nobody.
I don't know the answer to that. Sharon Moore with his contract announcement today with Michigan.
Jason, don't do that. Don't say that. It's control.
This is a professional setting.
Good for Sharon Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Happy for him.
They have Arkansas State this week and then USC next week after losing to Texas this past weekend.
That's going to be a good one. Good timing for Sharon Moore. Get that contract out the way before you play USC.
Yep. So we'll see what the response is there. We'll see what they do this year. Maybe they have an okay season. They're not going to win a title this year, but they could be okay. Kind of get through some of the drama, put together a class, and regroup for next year. But, I mean, they're not winning a national title this year. That's fine. They shouldn't be expected to when you have to replace all those guys from last year's team. But this past Saturday was no good, getting beat the way they did against Texas.
They looked like they didn't belong on the same field from, like, the opening kickoff. And I don't care who all left that football program. If you're Michigan, there's a standard. You may not win every game, not expected to win every game, but you can't be looking like that. That was bad. Did you know that Tony Vitello gave Josh Heupel the secret stuff?
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Remember the movie Space Jam?
I do.
The secret stuff that was in the bottle?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan's water bottle? Tony Vitello had some of that. He gave it to Josh Heupel.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm. For this season.
Yeah, we were asked earlier, what if Tennessee wins the basketball and football national championships this year after baseball won it? What if Tennessee is holding all three belts at the same time?
It'll be a good year on Rocky Top.
Peyton Manning said that Tennessee was just getting started after the Vols won the baseball national title. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. He wasn't lying. It's the decade of the Vols, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
It's proven to be true. Baseball won championship. Basketball, Elite Eight. So it's only right we take a step forward. Football, we had a year, a little step back from 2022, but 2 steps back, 5 steps forward this year. So
you just take that step back so that you can vault yourself even farther when you jump forward.
And I would have this confidence that Tennessee's defensive line wasn't as good as it is. Like that's the reason for my confidence, because of this front and because of the experience in the trenches.
We were asked, is Butch Jones still the head coach at Arkansas State? He is. That is Arkansas State playing Michigan this weekend. Arkansas State's 2-0.
That's his dream job. Michigan. He's a Michigan man. Tried to use Michigan to get a raise here. When Michigan had an opening and Tennessee fans were freaking out, I was like, man, Michigan don't want him. It's okay. But that's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the business.
It's the business, right? That's the business. So
in the text box, win all 3, there wouldn't be anywhere to go but down.
That's correct.
So you want to avoid winning all 3 national titles?
No, you don't. No, you want to win as many as possible. You want to get to the top of the mountain. That's why we're here. That's why you do what you do. What kind of thinking is that? Well, you don't want to get to the top of the mountain because then you gotta go down. Yeah, okay. Still want to be at the top.
It was like you have dinner. You don't want to overdo it. You want to leave a little room for dessert. Is that what this is?
There's no room for dessert at the top of the mountain. There's nowhere else to go when you hit the top, but down. But that's okay.
Because when you get back down, you can celebrate?
No.
I'm kidding, by the way. If Tennessee wins the football national championship, I think Rick Barnes and his team should also try to win as many games as they can, especially in the postseason.
Josh Pate said, this is a championship caliber football team. And it's okay to have this conversation. It's the coaches and players' responsibility to maintain. Honestly, maintaining is not good enough. Because if you just maintain, you're not going to win. You got to get better each and every week. And there's room for these guys to improve. There's room on offense. There's room special teams. I mean, there's been penalties here and there. There's plenty of room to improve, which is scary, which is really scary if you are a future opponent of Tennessee.
I think most people also recognize, even if they're really confident right now, they'll get a better idea if that confidence is for real against a team like Oklahoma with the way that they play and the way they've recruited there as compared to NC State. But you beat NC State 51-10. I don't care if NC State's overrated. I don't care if they're not going to live up to being a top 25 team as the season plays out. Beat them like that. and you play like that along the line of scrimmage, that's the difference. As we've talked about on this show, we played Cole Kubelik's comments yesterday on the show, what we heard from Josh Pate at the start of this hour. That's why people are talking differently about Tennessee. They recognize the offense. They recognize what Nico can potentially do with Josh Heupel. They see the difference up front. And that's why it's different for Tennessee, because the ultimate comparison is to Georgia, to Ohio State, to Alabama, teams who have proven that they're elite up front. Tennessee has personnel that for the first time under Josh Heupel and the first time in a long time appears to be up for that kind of challenge.
Just over here looking at Oklahoma's offensive line. And,
it's a question mark.
Colorado had one of the worst offensive lines in the country last year. And they went out and got a brand new offensive line, a bunch of transfers. And, just looking at Oklahoma's offensive line, they have a bunch of transfers too.
Mm-hmm.
A ton of them. And that's been the question. So that you have a inexperienced quarterback who during fall camp had a hard time taking care of the football, offensive line that's reportedly been kind of suspect, going up against arguably the best defensive line in the country next week.
It's a challenging matchup. We'll continue the conversation, 865-656-9900, if you'd like to be a part of it on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
It's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. We have used Wilson Brothers Plumbing at my home. We have recommended Wilson Brothers Plumbing to friends, family, coworkers, neighbors. If you need help with a problem that you run into at your home, if you need plumbing help on a project that you are planning at your home, get in touch with the team at Wilson Brothers Plumbing. 23 years, more than 23 years of experience in the industry helping people in East Tennessee. They've helped us. If you search their name on Google, search Wilson Brothers Plumbing, you'll see a 4.9 Google rating, customer after customer commenting on how happy they were with the work done by Wilson Brothers Plumbing. It's a company that listens, that cares, that wants to make sure customer service is the priority and that whatever job that you need done is done correctly. Visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com to learn more or to schedule service. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement. Okay, football fans, what's the best play for broken glass? High quality glass at low prices. And the fastest service possible? For broken glass, fall glass, tempered glass, Instaglass is the best play. Almost all replacements happen the same day, so call 567-4555. Instaglass can measure, manufacture, and install faster than a Hail Mary play. So call Instaglass first so you can get it fast. 567-4555. Online at Instaglass.com. That's INSTI glass.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Freedom Motors wants to be your first stop for all your vehicle shopping needs. That's why they work hard to bring the area's finest selection of pre-owned commercial cargo vans, utility trucks, pickup trucks, and fleet vehicles to you. Freedom Motors will work with you to find the right vehicle, the right price, and the right financing. Visit their lot at 7665 Maynardville Pike.
Enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played Coach Carter, I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text GRIT to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text GRIT to 42424. That's GRIT to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Do you live, work, worship, or attend school in Knox County? Support your local law enforcement by becoming a member of Knoxville Law Enforcement Federal Credit Union. They're a full-service financial institution and offer online, mobile banking, and ATMs. New car rates as low as 5.99 for up to 72 months or 90 days until first payment. Mention you heard about it on The Sports Animal. Come be a part of the True Blue team at Knoxville Law Enforcement Federal Credit Union. Proud to serve our local law enforcement heroes along with all citizens of our great community. 501 East Summit Hill Drive or call 522-9300.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books with BetQL. Atlanta is tied with the Mets for the final wild card spot in the National League as they visit D.C. today. The Braves dominated the Nats on Tuesday, winning 12-0. Today they send Max Fried to the mound to face the Nationals' Jake Irvin, who has given up 13 runs combined in his last 2 starts. The Atlanta Bats should feast again today, and the BetQL 5-star play is to grab the over between the Braves and Nationals in Washington. I'm Michael Jenkins. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Short final segment of hour number 1. More than 2 hours to go. Austin Price will join us coming up at 1:30. We'll talk to Braden Gall of 440 Sports at 2 o'clock as Tennessee marches on halfway through week 3. Think about this, Wayne. Season's 25% over, regular season, after this Saturday. Comes and goes too quickly. Enjoy all the games, even games where you know the outcome ahead of time.
Oh, yeah, those are the fun ones. I mean, I knew the outcome last week. Didn't know it would be 41-point victory, but knew that it would be a double-digit victory. So I knew the outcome last week. And it's kneeling at night. This is a great game to take the kiddos, I guess at least for the first half.
Yeah, this is a first-halfer for a lot of the kids.
Yep, and it's great for guys that put in a tremendous amount of work but don't get the recognition, don't get the playing time. This is a game for them. And, man, I want to see Navy Shula getting in there, making some plays. I want to see a lot of other players that love Tennessee just as much as the starters get opportunity to play and play under the lights.
This is for Swain. You might want to use this one or pass along to Chris Doring. Question for Swain. What happens when a gator loses its teeth?
They can't use a toothbrush.
Nobody fears its chomp. Nobody fears the chomp. Text Chris Doring. Ask him, what happened to your teeth?
Not yet. Not yet. I will, though. But not yet. Not yet. I will ask him that really, really soon. It will be October 13th. Probably October 12th.
We were asked, could this be the first R-rated football game goring violence this Saturday? Winston believes that was actually applied to the Georgia-Florida State game at the end of last season. That bowl game, remember that one?
Yeah. That was rough. That was tough to watch. That was really tough to watch. No, I think there'll be some mercy. Josh Heupel. We play Oklahoma next week. Like, Heupel's a smart man.
Yeah.
I have
Heupel's
football.
not out for blood on Saturday.
No.
He's out for playing well, getting guys a lot of playing time, and getting ready for the next game.
What about
one
next,
that really matters.
What about next Saturday, though?
Start running the bath. Might be some blood to wash off. You know, he played there.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That reception is going to be.
Did some research.
If I'm Oklahoma, I love up on him. I give him a pregame video. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Soften him up, butter him up. That's what I would do.
You have a big email and text thread that's already underway, planning for Sunday and Monday to reach out to Heupel all week long. We love you. It means so much that you're coming back. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait for you to be celebrated.
We love you.
Love, all caps.
Thank you for what you've done for Oklahoma.
You're a Sooner. That's what I would be saying.
We appreciate you now and forever.
And if you were Josh Heupel, there'd probably be some interesting gifts sent back in response to
If I'm
those
Josh
messages.
Heupel, it would be crickets.
Okay.
Crickets. Or thanks. THX.
That's it?
THX. Thanks. Or K.
2 hours to go right here on Josh and Swain.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my compadre, Chris Brockman, every Monday on the Overreaction Monday podcast.
A 2023 last place team will win a playoff game this year.
I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals to be that team. If you gave me two,
safe bet.
If you said two last place teams, I might say that's an overreaction. Come react or overreact with us. This one makes it much easier. So thank you for making it easier.
Well, tune in next week.
Overreaction Monday, wherever you listen.
You've heard me talk about Hiller and how it feels like being part of a family. And this month, Hiller's treating you like family, too, with their Friends and Family Savings event. Happy Hiller Club members save up to 25% off your first HVAC, plumbing, and electrical repair. And everyone else gets 10% discount. Present your coupon and save. Visit the website, happyhiller.com, to download a coupon today.
This has been a paid announcement.
Experience the cold refreshment of the Rockies on Rocky Top with ice-cold 102-calorie Coors Light, the official beer of chill. Every Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So make sure the mountain on your can of Coors Light is blue at your next Big Orange tailgate, because that means it's ready to enjoy. Coors Light, born in the Rockies, made to chill. Proud sponsor of Tennessee football. Now available on Saturdays at Neyland Stadium. Please drink responsibly.
For 25 years, Image Matters has been East Tennessee's trusted partner in office technology solutions. From cutting-edge multifunction printers and scanners to flexible managed print service solutions, we've helped businesses of all sizes stay ahead of the curve. Image Matters, celebrating 25 years of excellence and looking forward to many more. Visit us at imagemattersinc.com or call 865-212-3600. Thank you for letting us be a part of your success. Image Matters, technology you need, people you trust.
Center RY 200-993. Purchase price $19,829. Ultima RN 399,573. Purchase price $23,621. 0% financing on select models. Number on dealer based on July 2024 RDR report. All offers with approved credit. Cannot combine offers.
Ready, set, Omaha! Hey, Tennessee, Scott Drop for Oak Ridge Nissan, and it's football time at Oak Ridge Nissan. Want to score big? Get into a new Nissan Sentra for only $19,829, or Nissan Altima starting at $23,621. Or how about interest rates as low as 0% APR? Want to really stiff arm the competition? Trade! If you've got a trade, you got it made. Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay it off no matter what you owe. So remember, more for yours plus less for ours equals you saving thousands of dollars. It's third and goal on the one. No stopping now. So be a winner and make that 10-minute drive to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands of dollars. And that's why
you're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hi, I'm Tom Hughes.
And I'm Deborah Hughes. Forms change, contracts change, policies change. The need for a good realtor will never change.
Now more than ever, you need a realtor with experience, community connections, and expertise.
The right realtor makes a difference, and it's a Hughes difference.
To experience the Hughes difference, visit thehughesproperties.com. That's thehughesproperties.com.
Making a difference, one sold sign at a time. That's the Hughes difference.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute. It's easy to overreact to week 1 of the NFL season, but it's getting late early for some teams. The dreaded tank word is starting to be whispered for teams like the Giants and the Panthers. That's too early, but it speaks to the pressure those teams face. Better show up in week 2, or the negative talk is going to become a lot louder. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Football is back. And what better way to celebrate than winning some cash with Sleeper Picks? Sleeper Picks is a fantasy game, but you could win real money. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If your picks are right, you win. You could pick up to 8 players to win up to 100 times your money. And Sleeper has a couple huge offers to kickstart the football season. For new users, Sleeper will match your first deposit with up to $100 credit to your account. If you've already played, Sleeper's got discounted player projections for you every week of the season. So download the Sleeper app now and use promo code BLOCK, and your first deposit will be doubled with a credit up to $100. What are you waiting for? Download Sleeper today and use code BLOCK for a credit up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's code BLOCK. Must be 18 years in most states and in state where it is legal. Promo code and other restrictions apply. Visit sleeper.com. Please wager responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-426-2537 for help. Paid for by Blitz Studios.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Some law firms specialize in one thing, but there's one here in East Tennessee that specializes in them all. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward. Austin Price will join us in 30 minutes. Braden Gall in 1 hour. You know how Braden gets scared. So this national title talk, we'll see if it's spooking him. He's a UT alum.
Just like it did during baseball season.
Yeah, in baseball season, to be clear, with the baseball national title run, it was like 2 days before they clinched the title. He was all afraid. I guess 5 days. They clinched on a Monday night.
Yeah, it's a little different,
though. And the previous Wednesday, I think he was afraid to talk about it.
It's a little different. Tennessee is one of 5 teams right now that I think are the best in college football. Tennessee baseball was the best for a stretch of weeks.
Yeah, and that was a best of 3 series. It was down to a couple teams.
Yeah, we got some work to do to be best 3 or even the best, but I think we are in that best of 5 group.
Okay, very quick exercise. You give me a simple yes or no. I'll say the team name. You tell me yes or no. Real national title contender. Like there's a scenario where they win the national title.
I don't know if I'm good with yes or no questions.
Okay, so you say yes if you think that the answer is yes, no if you think the answer is no. Georgia.
Yes.
And I have to be fair here. I don't want to get to Bama and
what?
Okay.
I'm following the rules, Josh.
Okay.
Yes.
Texas.
Yes.
Ohio State.
Yes.
Alabama.
Yes.
Ole Miss. Are they a real national title contender? Jackson Dart, I saw him do multiple interviews. He was talking about winning the Natty. One question was, how much do you think about the Heisman? He said, I'm thinking about the Natty. Ole Miss.
Yes.
Missouri. Real national title contender.
No.
Penn State.
Hell no.
Oregon.
No.
Miami.
Yes.
USC.
No.
Any of Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Oklahoma, LSU, Michigan, Notre Dame, Louisville.
No.
And then Tennessee.
Yes.
8 national
7.
title contenders. I think that's where I finished up at.
I said no to a team that you put a finger up for.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Who's listening now? So 7. You have 7 national title contenders. I think that's fairly realistic.
Who's the last one you mentioned before Tennessee?
Miami. Miami, USC. What was USC a yes or no? Maybe.
Yeah, you thought in your head you put up that finger for USC. I said no.
I gave him a yes in my head, and I stopped listening to you.
Yeah, you did. Thanks,
better.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two ears, one mouth, Josh.
Yeah. So no on USC for me.
Okay. So
it's a no for me, dog.
Okay. So the Josh and Swain verdict is that there are 7.5 contenders for the national title.
Half?
Yeah. Half.
No.
Okay.
On USC.
Okay.
No means no, Josh.
Okay.
I'm trying to squeeze them in there.
Okay.
They haven't done anything yet.
So 7-ish contenders for the national title. Maybe we'll revisit. We'll say no right now. If they win at Michigan convincingly, maybe they are a contender.
We're monitoring their defense.
Okay.
And I don't know if their offense is good enough, but we're monitoring their defense.
Okay. So Tennessee, 1 of 7. It's pretty good company.
Yeah. And I couldn't omit Ole Miss and include Tennessee.
I agree. You thought about it.
Oh, I was definitely thinking about it. There was a long pause there.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought to myself, if I say no to Ole Miss, I can't say yes to Tennessee. Even though I think Tennessee is better than Ole Miss right now.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee is better than Ole Miss right now. I do believe that. But only 2 games. I'm going to see what Ole Miss does. Who they play?
They get Wake Forest
Wake
this week.
Forest. Yeah, they play Wake Forest. So I don't know if I've seen enough on Ole Miss yet, and we won't really until they play at LSU.
SP Plus ranks Ole Miss number 5, Tennessee number 6.
Man, that is a very easy schedule for Ole Miss. Wow. Wake Forest this week, Georgia Southern the next, Kentucky, South Carolina at LSU, bye week, Oklahoma at home, at Arkansas, Georgia at home, all Florida, Mississippi State. Oh yeah, yeah, they're a playoff team.
Yeah, I think they will be.
Yeah, they're a playoff team. They'll have their best. They should have their best season in program history.
I think Jackson Dart is really good, and Lane with Jackson in their 3rd season together. I think that's right, as the starter after he transferred from USC. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of experience together. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty tough with some of the talent that they've been able to bring in. But right now, if they played head-to-head, you'd have several reasons to be really confident in Tennessee winning that game.
Yeah, I would take Tennessee in that one.
But we'll find out with Ole Miss in the second half of the season. The LSU game, I mean, let's see. LSU plays at South Carolina this week. LSU should win that game. If LSU doesn't, then it gets interesting in Baton Rouge very quickly. But LSU will have 2 weeks to get ready for Ole Miss. Ole Miss will be playing its 7th straight game when they go to Baton Rouge. So you never know. We'll see. LSU, if they win this week, on the other side of that comment I made, if they win at South Carolina, they host UCLA, then host South Alabama, they should be 4-1, and then they'll have 2 weeks to get ready for Ole Miss for a big game down in the Bayou. Long way to go with this season.
Yeah. LSU better be careful this week.
Yes.
They better be careful.
South Carolina has this elite talent on the edge. Dylan Stewart, have you seen this guy? Big-time talent. Highly touted, so he's not a surprise that
I
he's
don't
showing
know how they got him. Never mind. I shouldn't have said that. There's only one reason why you would want to go to South Carolina when you can go anywhere else in the country.
Tradition.
They're obviously paying him more than everybody else.
But he's going up against their big-time tackles this week in Will Campbell and Emory Jones. So LSU, South Carolina, that's where game day is. A lot of attention in Columbia this week with an interesting slate. Florida at home against Texas A&M. Loser of that one is 1-2.
Go Aggies.
This comment in the text box I 100% agree with. I don't know who would win. But the comment, Ole Miss, Tennessee in a playoff game would be epic television.
Oh, it would be. Oh, it would be. It'll only take a minute into the broadcast before they talk about golf balls and mustard bottles. It would be epic. That week leading up to it, storylines will be through the roof. It'll be the Tyler Barron Bowl.
He's a VFL and a...
No, sir. Don't do that.
He's not?
No.
4 years?
What does L in VFL mean?
Well, if I go back to...
It ain't a little bit.
My NWO days, that would be for life.
For life. It ain't vol for most. It ain't VLM life. So, no.
So like Lane Kiffin, he's not a VFL?
No.
Okay.
No. He wishes he was, though. You know he messed up.
Wanye Morris, he had the power T on the back of his helmet. Was it Senior Bowl?
Really?
I think that's right.
Who gave him that? How did he get that?
I think they have him online.
Well, that better be the only way he got that.
Henry, what are we saying on him?
Okay,
Randy says, I hope we play Missouri and Ole Miss in the playoffs and send them both home after we win.
I mean, it looks like we're going to play some SEC teams, multiple SEC teams if we advance. Because right now, 6 out of the 7 top-rated teams are from the SEC.
So we know there will be at least one ACC, at least one Big 12, and at least one Group of 5 team in. Right? So that's 3 spots. That leaves 9 others. How many of those 9 spots will be filled up by SEC and Big 10 teams?
At least 4. Maybe 5.
You're talking about 4 each? So 9 spots remaining for the SEC and Big 10. I think it'll be 8 or 9 SEC and Big 10 teams.
Oh, yeah. I thought you mean just SEC.
Now,
Yep.
Clemson's interesting in the ACC. If they keep it together, long way to go for that to happen, but if they keep it together, Miami has a great track to the
Inside
playoff.
track.
The Big 12, I have a difficult time seeing 2 teams get in, but I'm saying that on September 11th.
As long as Tennessee's in and as long as we are playing at home, I'm good. I mean, honestly, I'd be good if we just in and playing on the road, but I prefer us playing at home.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great for a lot of people here, us included.
100%. That would make up for the neutral site game not being here. All the businesses, it would be makeup plus some for that one.
Yeah, that would be Christmas come early.
Oh, for sure.
For a lot of local businesses.
Oh, for sure.
December 20th or 21st, Tennessee hosting a playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a big deal. If you get the 5 seed.
That's the seed
Now,
to get.
I think that means going to the SEC title game and losing. I think that's the most likely route to a 5 seed because my guess is that we will see losing teams in the conference title games rewarded somewhat, not punished is maybe a better way of saying it, for playing in a conference title game and losing. I don't think we'll be if they go there and I guess get demolished maybe.
Yeah.
But I think the 5 and 6, there's a good chance we're looking at SEC and Big 10 title game runner-ups.
I don't mind going to Atlanta where the players play.
They write on them things like
every day.
Every day, that's right.
I don't mind playing a little football in the A-Town. Peace up, A-Town down.
If T.I. shoots another video, maybe he can get in this one.
I know, right?
Yeah, passed the last time.
Yep. Make sure Jay Wade's nowhere around, messing it up.
Chip in the text box, 2 comments. Henry T. is a VFB, Vol for Business. And just to let you know, I'm heading to Niagara Falls this weekend. I will let all the fine people in Canada know what the orange and white is all about.
Good weekend to go. Good weekend to go.
Steve says, tell Swain instead of saying woo while singing Rocky Top, change it to boom boom.
Listen, when I heard Bank of America Stadium singing Rocky Top,
yeah.
For all you non-wooers,
there's a lot of wooing going on.
Dude, the whole stadium
We'll try it out. Good old Rocky Top. Boom, boom, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Doesn't that work?
It does not.
Not as well as the woo?
Mm-mm. Yeah, woo is where it is.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole stadium wooed.
A lot of wooing.
It was a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of it this week. Maybe not as much next week, but there will be a portion of that stadium that will be wooing for sure.
A lot of boom boom on Saturday night. Tennessee against Kent State. 7:45 kickoff at Neyland Stadium. You can join us by calling or texting in at 865-656-9900. Austin Price in 15 minutes. Tennessee and college football talk continues right here on Josh and Swain.
Listening to us on the air. Free. Listening on the app. Free. Listening on our website. Free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk.
Caller 5 right now to 656 wins qualifies for the Coors Light Man Cave Makeover. A 60-inch TV, 2 recliners, and an awesome mini fridge. All from Coors Light and the station where the Vols play. 99.1 The Sports Animal. That's 656-9467.
Elevate your products today with Native Nursery, now open to contractors and landscapers. We're your one-stop destination, offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping material. We'll even take your leaves and hardscape waste for a low flat rate. If you're a contractor or landscaper, make Native Nursery your go-to location today.
Call or come by and see Ben and Ted. 865-315-0123 and 3473 Louisville Road. 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Men, join us this Thursday and Friday for Eddie Check. This is Kevin Kirkland, and we are celebrating our 20th year of educating men on the importance of prostate health. Visit any of our 22 locations for a free PSA test. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and early detection is the key to survive. Also, Medic will be there if you'd like to donate blood. Go to eddycheck.com for times and locations, or see us on Facebook.
For 25 years, Image Matters has been East Tennessee's trusted partner in office technology solutions. From cutting-edge multifunction printers and scanners to flexible managed print service solutions, we've helped businesses of all sizes stay ahead of the curve. Image Matters, celebrating 25 years of excellence and looking forward to many more. Visit us at imagemattersinc.com or call 865-212-3600. Thank you for letting us be a part of your success. Image Matters, technology you need, people you trust.
The New Hope Golf Tournament, presented by PCS, is coming to Iguani Farm Golf Course Friday, October 25th. Registration and lunch will begin at 11:30 a.m., followed by a 1 p.m. shotgun start. Funds raised will go directly to New Hope to help with their mission of providing services for abused children in Blount County at no cost to the family. Register your team today at pcsknox.com. Single-player registration and sponsorship opportunities are also available.
Hi, I'm Tom Hughes.
And I'm Deborah Hughes. Forms change, contracts change, policies change. The need for a good realtor will never change.
Now more than ever, you need a realtor with experience, community connections, and expertise.
The right realtor makes a difference, and it's a Hughes difference.
To experience the Hughes difference, visit thehughesproperties.com. That's thehughesproperties.com.
Making a difference, one sold sign at a time. That's the Hughes difference.
Look, I'm not going to say that fudge from Old South Candy can fix everything, but I dare you to dwell on things or fret the small stuff while you're indulging in delicious orange cream fudge. Oh, that's good. Or sampling Seasonal favorites like pumpkin cheesecake or...
Sorry, ma'am, but yep, the car's totaled.
So good.
Ma'am?
Savor the moment with nostalgic fudge from Old South Candy. Visit us at 7146 Maynardville Pike, Suite 200 in Knoxville. Shop online at oldsouthcandy.com.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Austin Price coming up at 1:30. We'll see what he has taken out of the first 2 weeks of the season. Looking ahead, a lot of buzz around Tennessee. Yesterday, Swain told everybody, too late to be scared. Take off the cup. BVS should have passed. This team is a contender. Started the show. We heard comments that Josh Pate made on his show last night saying one of the things he has learned is that Tennessee is a national title contender.
Yeah, take off the cup, man. You can't move around the way you need to. You can't run. Open up that stride. Run full speed with that cup on. Take it off. Let's
Breathe.
Go. That's it, Josh. That's it. That is it. So there's no reason to be surprised. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're this good right now. Just year four, Josh Heupel. Listen, man, if you study all week for a test on Friday, you're not surprised you made a good grade on it, are you? No, it's because you worked hard for it. You studied. You prepared. You should expect good results when you put in the work. And that's what Tennessee has done over the last couple of years. Danny White has given Josh Heupel the tools, the resources to be successful. Josh Heupel has given those same tools and resources to his staff. So, I mean, no reason to be surprised or shocked that Tennessee is looking this good this early. It's what we worked for. This is what you can do at Tennessee. This is why a lot of fans were so upset over the last couple of years, because we know what it's supposed to look like. We know we have the resources. We look around and we see the LSUs winning. We see the Auburns and the Alabamas and other programs, Georgia and Florida. We see those programs winning, and we're like, yo, we can do the same thing. We should be doing the same thing. Well, we knew what it took to get to that point. It took the right people. We have those people in place in leadership positions, and here we are. So let's go. Embrace it.
Tennessee defensive coordinator Tim Banks, I think he saw that they could be this good. In the spring, he said, want to be the best defensive line in the country.
I almost slapped him on the butt when I saw him.
Almost?
Yeah, but I was like, I probably shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to give him an attaboy.
If Tennessee's defense plays like that and beats Alabama, what happens?
I'm slapping him on the butt.
Yep. He had this to say yesterday, meeting with the media after being asked about how disruptive they've been, all the tackles for loss. Tim Banks.
And I think it just speaks more to just playing hard again. That standard's been the same since we stepped in the room. When I took the job, 3 or 4 years ago, we wanted to play great defense here. People said it would be a challenge, for us, and for me personally, never run from a challenge. We wanted that. I've been blessed enough to be in a lot of programs where we've been able to play great defense, and I knew if we had a chance to continue to grow this program, we would play great defense. But I always tell guys at the end of the day, again, it's game by game. We know what that is. But, to this point, the guys are playing at the level we thought they would play.
Let them know, Tim Banks. Let them know. Let them know, Tim Banks. That was a humble way of saying, I told you. I was not a coordinator coming here. They didn't think I would be good enough. I heard the talk the first couple of seasons when I didn't have my horses. I got the horses. I know what I'm doing. Shut up and sit down. Let me work. Look what you see now. That's what Tim Banks really want to say. That's what he's saying.
Swain on Monday came in with his notepad, and he said, I got receipts right here, receipts right there from the Bears-Titans game. You kept them.
Oh, I got him. I still got him.
You're like a sports accountant, keeping receipts. You're doing that for Tim Banks now.
Brad, Ashton, Mitchell, John, and Chad from last week. Well, when you're an athlete, sometimes that stuff motivates you and drives you. You're told you can't do something. You're told you're too short. You're not fast enough. You're not smart enough. You're not good enough. And, that motivates you and drives you. And that's always stuck with me, that type of mentality.
From Ashton, by the way, in the text box, he's come back and he's redeemed himself.
I don't know how.
Because he offered this one. Did you know dogs can't operate any machines, but cats can? Cats can. Austin Price, VolQuest.com on the Tennessee Vols when we come back right here on Josh and Swain.
From recruiting to signing day to the orange and white game to SEC media days to reporting for fall practice to the games to bowl season and back to recruiting, our season never ends. Football season's year-round on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
In the NFL, Dolphins running back Raheem Mostert has been ruled out for Thursday night's game against the Bills, while running back Devon Achane is a game-time decision. Mostert sustained a chest injury in Miami's win over Jacksonville. The lack of running back depth could mean VFL Jalen Wright will likely see some playing time should Achane sit out for tomorrow night's game against Buffalo. Michigan's Sharon Moore has signed a 5-year deal with the university after coaching the first 2 games of the season without a contract. Michigan's former offensive coordinator took over for Jim Harbaugh, who left the school during the offseason to take over the Los Angeles Chargers in the NFL. Major League Baseball in the evening at 6:45. Rockies visit the Tigers. Phillies host the Rays. Braves take on the Nationals. Just after 7, Royals visit the Yankees. Twins host the Angels. Red Sox face the Orioles. At 7:45, the Reds visit the Cardinals. Just after 8, Astros host the A's. At 9:45, Padres get the Mariners. Giants face the Brewers, and the Cubs get the Dodgers at 10. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. It's a 5-star club, part of the Covenant Health family, and it has everything you can possibly look for in a gym. We have a family membership. We're able to take our kids swimming at Fort Sanders 12 months out of the year with the indoor pool. We have access to complimentary child care with our membership. That comes in handy a lot of the time. At Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center, they can help you with about 85 group fitness classes that take place every week, included in your membership. Your membership will be month to month. There are no long-term contracts that you have to sign when you sign up at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. They can help you with a fitness evaluation when you sign up and then map out a plan from there so that you can have the best chance to hit your fitness goals, plus everything from the strength and cardio equipment, everything inside the facility, top of the line, always well taken care of. Kingston Pike, right off Pellissippi Parkway. Stop by, check it out for yourself, and tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
Experience the cold refreshment of the Rockies on Rocky Top with ice-cold 102-calorie Coors Light, the official beer of chill. Every Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So make sure the mountain on your can of Coors Light is blue at your next Big Orange tailgate, because that means it's ready to enjoy. Coors Light, born in the Rockies, made to chill. Proud sponsor of Tennessee football. Now available on Saturdays at Neyland Stadium. Please drink responsibly.
It doesn't matter if your shopping list is a single item or as long as your arm. Chances are you'll find what you need at University Commons. Conveniently located in the heart of Knoxville near the intersection of Kingston Pike and Volunteer Boulevard and within walking distance of the UT campus. At University Commons, you'll find tons of top-shelf retail stores, and it's the place to be on UT football Saturdays. Check out the great shops and restaurants at University Commons. Close to everything, nowhere near common.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and it's week 2 of the NFL season. How did your week go last week? My clients and I won in every sport. NFL, college football, baseball, UFC, and player props all turned a profit last week at FatJackSports.com. Are you tired of losing and want to start building profit? Go to FatJackSports.com today and start winning. It's less than $60 a week for the longer packages. Consistent winning selections emailed to you in a personal portal that will turn you a profit at FatJackSports.com.
Hi, I'm Zach Stinnett, third-generation owner of Stinnett Collision. As a proud supporter of Tennessee athletics, we know that every game counts. When a collision puts you out of play, we're here to get you back in the game. Family owned since 1965, Stinnett Collision now has locations in Maryville and Sevierville. With double the space and a team of certified technicians, we'll tackle your repairs and get you back on the road in no time. Don't let a collision sideline you. Visit Stinnett Collision today.
Join Men of Valor for an unforgettable evening Wednesday, October 2nd with Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow at the Press Room in North Knoxville. An evening of elegance and inspiration. Enjoy a gourmet meal, open bar social hour, and dancing with live music. This event is a fundraiser for Men of Valor, working to transform lives and offering hope to the formerly incarcerated and reaching men in prison with Jesus Christ. To be part of this night with Tim Tebow, get your limited tickets now at mobministry.com.
The Rick Barnes Emerald Youth Golf Classic, presented by First Century Bank, supports Emerald Youth Foundation's work with young people in Knoxville City neighborhoods. The tournament features Tennessee basketball head coach Rick Barnes and is made possible thanks to Graham Corporation, Covenant Health, and Cumulus Media Knoxville. And through September 23rd, Coach Barnes and the Weingartner Foundation are matching all gifts up to $250,000. That's right, Coach will double your gift. Donate now and learn more at emeraldyouth.org.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
First phase of Francine making herself felt with some high clouds. It'll lead to a beautiful sunset tonight, but a pretty normal day of 86 with the east wind light and really pretty low humidity. That's going to hold off some of the rain from Francine until late in the day on Thursday, and we'll have some better chances of rain after that. From the WVLT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
John and Vince recap the Kent State game next Monday from Beatty Chevrolet. Tune in from 6 to 9 and find out why it's always better at Beatty. Stop by Beatty Chevrolet on Parkside Drive or online at BeattyChevrolet.com. Beatty Chevrolet, locally owned and operated for over 90 years.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Life's troubles aren't always fun, but there's a law group in town who'll help you get them done. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal. Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us on this Wednesday afternoon. We're halfway home with 90 minutes to go. And right now, we get to go to the Stanley Fencing Gates hotline to say hello to Austin Price of VolQuest.com. Austin, thank you for the time. As always, Tennessee's 2-0. Just blew out NC State on Saturday, getting ready to host Kent State through 2 weeks. How would you compare what you've seen from Tennessee to maybe what you expected or thought would happen at this point, just 2 weeks into the season? How is what you've seen on the field compared to what you thought you might see?
Well, it's certainly better than they've performed better than I thought they would through 2 weeks. I thought they'd be 2-0. I didn't think they'd win 51-10 over NC State. I didn't think that the defense would be as dominant. I mean, I knew the defense was going to be good, but I mean they've been now not salty through 2 weeks, and can you chalk that up to NC State's not as good? They shouldn't have been a ranked team. I mean, maybe, but I mean, there have been plenty of teams that weren't very good that moved the ball up and down the field on Tennessee the last several years. Not just, with this coach staff, but the previous coach staff. The NC State really didn't do that. After that initial, going 3 for 3 on that first drive to start on third down conversions, I mean, they were atrocious after that, and that's all because Tennessee's defense. And then Tennessee's offense looks more like 22 than it did 23, and I did expect that. So, again, I thought they'd be 2-0. I thought they'd win rather easily. I did not think they would win as easily as they did against NC State.
Injuries. Some guys kind of were banged up from that NC State game. I didn't report on anyone being out, but there were some guys that went down. There's some guys that were beat up in that game that didn't go necessarily to the tent and miss any time. How are we looking as far as guys who are beat up?
I think Tennessee's still fairly healthy. There was a few linemen limping around, but again, they didn't They weren't to a point where they couldn't go back in because of that. And I think you'll see a lot of those guys rest this week. I mean, the beautiful part of this game is even if they do play a little bit early, they're not going to play very much, and you'll be able to get a lot of work for your backups and your some of those young guys that need it. Some of those maybe second or third year guys that need more reps. I like where Tennessee's at from a depth standpoint, and they should get Cam Selden back this week, and Caleb Perry won't be sick anymore, so he should be good to go. So, again, I think Tennessee's pretty healthy on the whole. I don't think there's nobody as of right now that I think is in jeopardy of missing the Oklahoma game a week from now.
I thought Tennessee, we're talking to Austin Price, VolQuest.com, I thought Tennessee was smart in how they handled the players in the UTC game, sitting guys at halftime. Do you see that playing out the same if Tennessee's up, 30, 40 points at halftime? Do you see starters being pulled like Nico and Dylan Sampson and Cooper Mays kind of the same?
Yes. I think in Josh Heupel's perfect world, Nico breaks the record he broke 2 weeks ago for yards passing in a half, and he doesn't play at all in the second half. I think, again, in a perfect world, that's kind of how this game goes. I know he has been harping on them this week that, you have to come focused. It's a late game. You're going to have to be mentally checked in all week and be checked in all game day because you don't play till later in the day. And so you're going to have to sit around and wait around the hotel all day to play a team that is far inferior to you. But there are plenty of instances of teams that, let other teams hang around. Even last year's Austin Peay game, like they're going to want to put this game away quick and early and often. So I know that's been kind of his battle cry all week to this team is, you got a bunch of older players that want to be pros, then you gotta treat this game like a professional.
Austin Price is with us, VolQuest.com. If Selden is coming back this week, Cam Selden, who played in the opener, missed this past week, what do you think that means for the running back rotation behind Dylan Sampson, who's obviously the guy? We've seen a lot of Deshaun Bishop. What does it look like behind Sampson with Selden coming back?
I think that's a great question. I could certainly make a case for Deshaun Bishop to be the second back into the game Saturday. I do think that you need to get Cam Selden some work. I mean, I've had a bunch of fans say, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "Well, because he's not like he's not coming off of an ankle. I mean, he got his bell rung. I mean, it's not an injury where like you could retweak the ankle. I mean, yeah, you could get your bell rung again, but I mean, like that's football. It can happen any week. So I think he needs to work, and so like I would want to give him some snaps. But I mean, I can make a real case for Deshaun Bishop being the second back into the game. He's been uber steady through the first 2 weeks and all through fall camp, and Tennessee again expects to play a lot of tailbacks come Saturday.
Saw David Sanders, 5-star tackle in the stands last week, and was talking to Matt Ray on the sideline. He got some good pictures of David Sanders and his family. Did
you take a picture with him?
No, I took a picture of him, but I didn't take a picture with him. I talked to Matt Ray, who did take a picture of him and his family. Were there any other recruits in attendance there at the game last weekend?
Yeah, there were a few that were there on behalf of NC State. Tennessee did not have any recruits at that game. It being a neutral site game, you can't have contact. You can have a recruiting section if you want to, but Tennessee just chose to take that as one of their self-imposed deals from the Pruitt investigation. Because at the end of the day, Josh Heupel couldn't go in there and talk to David Sanders. Glenn Ellerby couldn't go talk to David Sanders. Just like Kelsey Pope couldn't go talk to Brody Keefe, the wide receiver who was there in the NC State recruiting section. Because neutral site games, you're not allowed to have contact with the players. They can come. You can furnish them a ticket if you choose to do that, which Tennessee, again, elected to use this as one of their games from the Pruitt investigation. But you can't have contact with them, so there's really no point to. I mean, I think Tennessee made the right call here. It didn't really behoove them to just have a section with tickets. I mean, all those kids, could go on the NC State dime if they really wanted to. A lot of those 26s, and David Sanders just bought his own ticket to go to the game and watch Tennessee thrash the Wolfpack.
So what you're saying is we could have had a moment like the Miami-Florida game where Miami players were telling the Florida recruits to come to Miami. Like, we could have had our players do that to the NC State recruits.
Yeah, it's just less impressive because, not in the same state as those two schools in Florida. But, I mean,
true.
yeah, sure, it could have absolutely been that way.
What is on the agenda right now for Tennessee's coaches as it relates to recruiting? With so much of the 25 class committed, but what is maybe the focus right now from a recruiting perspective?
Well, they're focused on trying to keep players that they have committed in the boat. Obviously, you've had a couple of kids take some visits. Justin Baker took a visit to North Carolina at the end of July. Christian Gass was at Georgia last weekend. Auburn's still trying to swing at a guy like Travis Smith. So, I mean, you have to continue to recruit the players you have committed. And then, they're working a few kids that are committed elsewhere. And, we'll see if they can get any of those kids to campus. Like I've said on our message board, like, none of that becomes real for me until some of those committed guys show up for a visit. Just like none of the players that are committed to Tennessee become real flip targets until they show up on other campuses. So like Christian Gass, he went to Georgia, you have to be very cognizant of that, be very aware of that. But like Travis Smith, he did not go to Auburn. So until he does, it's hard for me to look at Auburn as a realistic flip candidate.
Austin, is there anything of interest to you as it relates to this game that could be what you want to see from the starters, guys who will replace the starters as the game goes along? What interests you for the Kent State game Saturday night?
Nothing.
Don't you love that it's at 7:30 at night, AP?
Man, like this time of year, either early or late. The worst is the middle of the day, or not like the middle of the afternoon, that middle slate of games. So, it is what it is. It's. I mean, like this is a game where, again, from an interest standpoint, like I've said, I said in the press box last week, and I said Mike Matthews will go for over 100 yards next week in his first game. He's going to play this week. He and Braden Staley both, and I've got him catching balls in several in the second half from Gaston Moore and Jake Marklinger. And so, I guess for me, it's seeing Jordan Ross, it's seeing Boo Carter play more with the ones, it's seeing Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley. Edwin Spillman, who has had a quad that should be good to go for this week's game. So it's those players that, I'm intrigued to see.
Well, that's a good one to finish on. We have had questions come in. Hey, what's going on with Mike Matthews? Staley's name has been brought up. So you expect them to get a good opportunity this weekend?
Yes, yeah. Hamstrings. Both have had hamstrings, but both have seemed like they are healed up and, should be good to go Saturday, and same thing with Edmund Spillman and the quad. Should be good to go, providing there's no hiccups between now and then.
Who gets the first touchdown between Brew McCoy or Chris Brazzell?
I like that one.
I'm going to go with Chris Brazzell.
Okay. I got to tell Brew to make sure he step in front of that pass and catch it so we can all get some free cookies.
Free cookies.
Brew's going to call his own crossing route. He's going to cross over in front of Chris Brazzell.
Exactly.
Last one for me. We'll get you out of here, Austin. Over under 3.5 quarterbacks Saturday.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Over.
Ooh, okay.
Warm up, Navy Shula. It's time to throw some pigskin.
So, Austin, I think, is picking Tennessee to win this Saturday. VolQuest.com, where you can read the work, see and hear the work from Austin and his colleagues heading into Week 3 for the Vols against Kent State on Saturday. And then next week, Oklahoma week, SEC play begins. Hey, Austin, we appreciate the time and the insight. As always, thanks so much, and we'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Austin Price of VolQuest joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
It was good to see Austin last week. It's fun seeing Austin on the road during Tennessee games.
When you and Austin are walking down the sidewalk together up to the stadium, who gets more cheers?
That's a good one.
AP's popular.
That has yet to happen, but that's a good question. I don't know. I got some love. I had a hat on. I was locked in, focused on the show, so I wasn't doing a lot of mingling. Because what happens is people are like, "Hey, come on over here and get you a drink. I'm like, oh, okay. And I can hang out with the crew, hang out with the fans. And so I was trying to stay locked in and focused. So I didn't stop a lot before the NC State game, but I think if I was in Austin probably would get more love. Austin gives people what they want. Gives them information about recruiting. Now, he's the most popular guy of all nation because he gives them the recruiting nuggets. So I don't know. That's a good question.
That's what I do. I ask good questions.
Good job, Josh.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll come back. We invite you to add comments, questions to the show at 865-656-9900 as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Men, join us this Thursday and Friday for Eddie Check. This is Kevin Kirkland, and we are celebrating our 20th year of educating men on the importance of prostate health. Visit any of our 22 locations for a free PSA test. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and early detection is the key to survive. Also, Medic will be there if you'd like to donate blood. Go to eddycheck.com for times and locations, or see us on Facebook.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. Locally owned and operated right here in Knoxville. Ted Russell Ford has locations for you on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. My family has purchased several vehicles from Ted Russell Ford. I've had several friends purchase vehicles there in just the last few months. You can fall for a Ford right now. They have the Fall for a Ford savings event that's taking place with great low interest rates to take advantage of right now. You can find all the options they have available on the website, tedrussellford.net. They have rates as low as 0% on several vehicles, like the 24 Ford Mustang Mach-E, rates as low as 0% APR for 72 months. Take advantage on 2.9% APR for 72 months on a 24 Ford Expedition. A great option for you if you're looking for a big family SUV. If you're looking for a truck, they have so many different combinations available. Savings and low interest rates on the F-Series, F-250, XL, and XLTs right now. Parkside Drive, Kingston Pike, and you can shop online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Hard work is the foundation of the job site. Boot Barn Work and Carhartt are committed to supporting the hard workers that keep our nation moving. Boot Barn Work proudly offers a broad selection of Carhartt workwear and boots, known for durability and quality since 1889. When the work is relentless, Carhartt is trusted to finish the job. With so much on the line, there's no room for cutting corners. Carhartt at Boot Barn Work.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Consider yourself a bourbon connoisseur? At Twin Peaks, they're proud to offer an exclusive and extensive collection of some incredibly rare bourbons, whiskeys, and tequilas. Check out their barrel selects, hand-picked by their team and bottled just for you. Supplies limited. Stop by Twin Peaks to see what they're pouring. Cheers.
At Chafee, we believe your home or business should be a place where comfort and reliability come together seamlessly. With our comprehensive HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services, we ensure your systems work flawlessly, giving you peace of mind and exceptional comfort. Chafee Air and Plumbing is an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning customer care dealer, and they are ready to assist you. Trust in our innovative designs that are engineered for comfort. Call 865-381-4414 or visit coolingheatingplumbing.com.
In a perfect world, division of property would be simple because you would both easily agree on what's fair. In a perfect world, there'd be no hard feelings, no bad situations, no spite. In a perfect world, custody wouldn't be an issue because you'd both want what's best for the kids, and that would be enough. In a perfect world.
In the real world, there's Burton McKinnish Law, Child Custody and Support and Alimony. We're prepared to help you navigate the real world. BurtonMcKinnish.com.
Back on Josh and Swain, final segment of hour number 2. With you until 3 o'clock this afternoon, talking Tennessee football. The Vols up to number 7 in the Associated Press poll that came out on Monday. Or was it Sunday? Sunday, I guess. Monday or Sunday. My brain's not at 100%. Earlier this week. And many of the rankings since then, the analytical, some of the individual polls have said, that's not high enough. Number 5, number 6 in a number of the polls we've seen. FPI and SP Plus at number 5 and 6 on ESPN.
Like, you just can't justify putting Tennessee lower than 5 to me. Because, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to say, all right, well, based on what this team did last year and what they're coming back, they're better than Tennessee. Well, they haven't shown it yet. Tennessee has shown that they're a top 5 team. So why not have them in top 5? I think it's pretty simple. I mean, I think Texas, Georgia arguably are 1A, 1B, and then you have Ohio State and whoever you want to put there, Miami or whatever, that's fine. Like, but Tennessee is definitely a top 5 team right now. And I don't think that's going to change this week. They might look like the number 1 team in the country this week. Just saying. Unless Kent State got something, unless they've been hiding the good stuff. You know that theory. Hiding the plays and not showing too much. Maybe Kent State just wasn't showing too much in their first 2 games. They was ready to shock the world.
You think Tennessee will just run some off-tackle plays and that'll be about it this week?
I don't think it's going to be that elaborate. I don't think it was that elaborate last week, honestly. 12 personnel, inside zone, outside zone. We saw
Kitzelman touchdown play was nice and sneaky.
That wasn't sneaky. That was just
ask those linebackers for NC State.
Well,
snuck up on them
and safety, but I mean that wasn't special. That was actually a play from like middle school. Fake it to the running back. Tight end act like he blocks. Slips out, wide open, touchdown. That was middle school. That was easy. That was Little League, honestly.
Yeah, well, you know better than me. I'm not sure how often opposing coaches are caught off guard by all that Tennessee is doing. It's getting their players to understand what to do with each assignment and to keep up with it, especially when the tempo comes into play. But we've seen Tennessee run switch routes.
Yeah.
Saw it last week. That's not anything that's surprising if you've watched Tennessee football. They're just so good at executing. They have a quarterback that is so good at making the plays. They have guys that have ability as runners and receivers in the offense.
I'll break this down for you to help you understand what it's like to be a defender going up against Tennessee's offense. Josh Ward, you are a parent of 3 kiddos.
3 of them.
Their ages are?
6, 4, and 2.
6, 4, and 2. Describe what it's like when you get up a little late in the morning and you have to get all 3 of them ready to go, and they all have to be at a certain place at a certain time early in the morning with everyone else trying to go to work, everyone else trying to go on about their day. Describe what that's like.
I would describe it as chaotic and that we are constantly trying to play catch-up, knowing that we won't catch up.
That's what it's like being a defender up against Tennessee's offense. Like, you have your assignment, and you got to do it as fast as possible, and the clock is ticking. It's just like, hey, man, you got to get your kid to school at this certain time, and then you have to be at work at a certain time, and there's people in the way, they're slow poking around, and this light, the lights are against you this morning. That's what it feels like for a Tennessee defender. Like, oh, my goodness, all this stuff I have to do, and I don't know if there's enough time in the day to do it. I don't think there's enough time in between plays for me to think. And then you make a mistake. And that one mistake is the mistake that cost you the touchdown. And that's what happened on Miles Kitzelman's play. Like, someone had the tight end. Someone is responsible for the tight end. But because of the tempo and Tennessee running the football, they did not look at the tight end. They did not carry out their responsibilities. And Tennessee caught him slipping with the pants down.
Brent Venables, I'm available. You need a consultant to prepare for next week. I have a high fee. We'll come back. 1 hour to go. Braden Gall, 440 Sports, joins us on Josh and Swain.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my compadre, Chris Brockman, every Monday on the Overreaction Monday podcast.
A 2023 last place team will win a playoff game this year.
I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals to be that team. If you gave me
safe bet.
If you said 2 last place teams, I might say that's an overreaction. Come react or overreact with us. This one makes it much easier. So thank you for making it easier.
Well, tune in next week.
Overreaction Monday, wherever you listen.
What energizes you? Maybe it's a hobby, or maybe it's just being with family and loved ones. One source of energy that we often overlook or neglect is sleep. Your quality of sleep can transform your life and replenish your energy. Hi, I'm Roger Cunningham, owner of The Bed Store. I want to help you release your life force energy and live your life to the fullest. A new mattress can help you do just that, and here at The Bed Store, we specialize in tuck fitting you to your just right mattress. Here at The Bed Store, we have the absolute best brands at the best prices, like Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster. Right now, during the Labor Day sales event, save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic and up to $900 on Stearns & Foster. Plus, get free local delivery and no interest financing. Go to tuckfit.com and take our 2-minute quiz to find your perfect mattress, or head to one of our convenient Knoxville area locations today.
The right mattress, the right price, guaranteed at The Bed Store.
The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
The Rick Barnes Emerald Youth Golf Classic, presented by First Century Bank, supports Emerald Youth Foundation's work with young people in Knoxville City neighborhoods. The tournament features Tennessee basketball head coach Rick Barnes and is made possible thanks to Graham Corporation, Covenant Health, and Cumulus Media Knoxville. And through September 23rd, Coach Barnes and the Weingartner Foundation are matching all gifts up to $250,000. That's right, Coach will double your gift. Donate now and learn more at emeraldyouth.org.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and it's week 2 of the NFL season. How did your week go last week? My clients and I won in every sport: NFL, college football, baseball, UFC, and player props all turned a profit last week at FatJackSports.com. Are you tired of losing and want to start building profit? Go to FatJackSports.com today and start winning. It's less than $60 a week for the longer packages. Consistent winning selections emailed to you and in a personal portal that will turn you a profit at FatJackSports.com.
John and Vince recap the Kent State game next Monday from Beatty Chevrolet. Tune in from 6 to 9 and find out why it's always better at Beatty. Stop by Beatty Chevrolet on Parkside Drive or online at BeattyChevrolet.com. Beatty Chevrolet, locally owned and operated for over 90 years.
This is Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. How can I help you?
I'm having some issues with my drains.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
It's making this kind of a sound.
No worries. We can help you with that. If your drains are making strange sounds or giving off foul odors, then you may have a blockage or issue with your sewer line. Pipe Wrench can get your pipes flowing again in no time with our $99 drain clearing special. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. You also get a free camera inspection of your sewer line to help us easily pinpoint the source of the clog and provide the best and most affordable solution. When we identify the problem, we provide the best option, ranging from drain cabling, hydrojetting, spot repair, or even new sewer line replacements if needed. Don't ignore signs of a clogged drain or sewer line before it turns into a costly problem. Call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 99.1thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Jim Rome with a Sports Minute. I know this is going to sound all backwards, but the New York Giants really are the best franchise. Well, at least as it relates to team content. When it comes to winning football games, they're an absolute disaster. But as a result of that, they have never been more fascinating to me because they've never been more embarrassing. Like, I cannot look away. I cannot get enough. I'm Jim Rome.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
DQ presents the sound of BOGO-free Blizzard treats in the DQ app. It's the sound of downloading the DQ app, redeeming the sweetest BOGO-free Blizzard deal, telling all your friends, and heading to DQ. For BOGO-free any-size Blizzard treats only in the DQ app for a limited time. Download it today. At participating locations, limitations apply. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Whether you're facing divorce, injury, or any legal strife has come your way, there's one call to make to Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Welcome into hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us on this Wednesday afternoon. 1 hour to go as we continue on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. And we are excited to go over to the Mid-State to say hello to Braden Gall with 440 Sports. 2 weeks into the college football season. Braden, good afternoon. We appreciate the time as always. The hype train is rolling. What do you think of it all? Having seen Tennessee beat NC State by 41 points and the Vols are moving up quickly in the polls.
Watch this. Watch this. Let's see if you notice what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Tennessee, phenomenal performance away from home against a quality Power 4 opponent. The defensive line was absolutely incredible. The depth, the rotation, James Pierce, all lived up completely to the hype. I thought they pressured Grayson McCall the most important moment of the game when they were trying to get back in it. And, of course, secondary makes a big play. Physicality at linebacker. I thought the offensive line in the running game was spectacular. Dylan Sampson. You see who I did not mention in all of that positivity about the Tennessee Volunteers' performance on Saturday. That is the most important part of this conversation. Mm-hmm. That you can have that long conversation, that long run-up to an analysis of a football game and not mention the quarterback. If you can do that for the rest of the season, there are not many teams that will beat Tennessee. Full stop. If you also can mention that the quarterback is playing an elite game, which he did not on Saturday, then there's almost nobody that can beat you. And like maybe Georgia, maybe Ohio State, maybe Texas. I don't know. Because if you have all of those pieces working together, college football's crazy. College football does weird stuff, and we know that happens, and anybody can beat anybody. I get it. But if you've got an offensive line that can take over a game when they need to, a defensive line that can pressure the quarterback without having to blitz, you've got a quarterback who has got otherworldly talent and is starting to put it together, maybe doesn't throw a few interceptions, you have a recipe that very few teams in college football have. And I was always sort of optimistic about this team, but that performance certainly put it over the top. You beat Kent State. You go on the road and beat an Oklahoma team that right now does not look like they can block James Pierce and anybody else on that defensive line. And then we start clicking them off at that point. You're just like, all right, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Florida. All right, just start clicking them off at that point.
This is a different approach than baseball season, Braden. I'm proud of you. Like, the facts are the facts, though. You saw what you saw. We know that championship teams have a really good defensive line, really good front, and Tennessee possesses that. Where would you kind of rank Tennessee nationally right now?
Like in like from a playoff ranking standpoint?
Yeah, just power ranking standpoint. Yeah,
I'd probably have them kind of tied at like 5, 6, 7. I think Oregon's better than they've shown, so I still think Oregon is very, very dangerous. I think Ole Miss, they're kind of on the same tier with Ole Miss. I think Missouri's just behind them. I think the top three are pretty clear, and then Alabama's kind of in that middle tier with maybe at the top of that second group maybe. But I mean, Texas, Ohio State, Georgia are on another planet right now, and then I think I would go Bama, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Oregon, Missouri. I'm not putting Penn State on that tier. I haven't seen enough of a dynamic passing attack from the quarterback yet. Can't put a lot of other teams. I mean, frankly, Utah, USC, you start going down the line, like there's not a lot of teams that have the talent in the places that Tennessee has it. And if you told me to analyze the baseball team in the regular season, I would give you factual information if I covered them and say, look at how good the pitching staff is and look at how much power they have in the top of the lineup. I would say all of those things. If Tennessee is playing in the SEC championship game against Georgia, I am going to tell you don't make a prediction. I'm going to do the same thing. Like, I'm not going to be any different. I can be factual and analyze a season, and then when it gets to crunch time and the game is happening, incapable of being an analyst. That's okay.
Hey, Braden, if Tennessee gets lucky and is the number one ranked team, is that going to make you nervous?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would it not make anyone nervous? Like, you can be excited and think positively about a game. Like, I have literally not watched a Mets game. I have not watched a single one this year, and I won't because until there's a little X in the standings next to their name, I'm not going to watch a Mets game. And then when they get that X, when they take 2 out of 3 from Atlanta at the end of the season, then I will start watching the games. But I'm not even going to watch the Atlanta series at the end of the year. Now, I don't have a problem with being like, and again, I lean towards more cynical and more terrified just in general. I'm not the rah-rah guy who's like, my team's the best team, they're going to win every game. Like, I don't function that way. I don't think that's reality. If you are that way, great, go for it. If that's how you want to live life, I'm envious of you. But I think you can be realistic and be like, look, Tennessee, if they beat Oklahoma and they beat Alabama and like all of a sudden they're going to Georgia, they're probably number 2 or 3 in the polls behind Georgia at that point. And so it's okay to be, yes, we are number 2, or yes, we are number 3, or yes, we are number 1, and say we're the best, and still also be like, crazy stuff happens in playoff games. Crazy stuff happens in Atlanta. Crazy stuff happens in now a 4-round tournament where you have to win a bunch of games. So it's I think all things can be true at the same time.
I'm trolling.
Yeah. And also, I think you recognize you're a bit of a nut when it comes to this subject, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm weird in general. I don't know what your point is.
This subject is irrelevant to the previous comment. Okay.
I think it's a combination of, okay, here's what it is. Let's sit down on the couch here and really work through this psychologically. As a Mets fan and a Tennessee alumni, there is a certain space in your brain reserved for fear. Okay, that's just what it is. But also having worked in the business for this long and seen so much crazy nonsense, to see fan bases have their hearts ripped out all across the board, not just Tennessee, but all across the board. It's just the nature of college football when you have 18 to 22-year-olds playing a crazy sport like football. And so you put all of that into a cocktail and you go, you got to go play a perfect game to beat so-and-so. I think it's okay to be like, I don't think I can handle this. I'm excited, but I'm really nervous. I think that's fairly normal. I don't think that's weird.
When you watched the NC State game, was there a play that made you say, "Oh, yeah, this team is different. This team is one of those teams in the top 5, top 6 or 7, like you just mentioned." Was there a play that stood out to let you know that, all right, this Tennessee team is different than maybe 2022?
Nothing is standing out. There was one. I can't remember. You guys can correct me. I think there was a play where Pierce came off the edge and he tossed somebody and then ended up back in the quarterback. I want to say it was before the pick six, so it still felt like a close game. I'm drawing a blank on a specific play. Maybe you guys could help me out here. I mean, the pick six stands out as the play that changed the game, but that was pressure and then a great play on a bad throw. So that the pick six stands out as the game changing play. Honestly, the one that I think fans should be most excited about from a scheme and a play calling standpoint is the wide open touchdown pass to the tight end, where they were running something the entire time, sucking in the linebackers and drawing in an inside the box kind of game, and then they just hit him over the top with the tight end, wide open, completely brilliant scheme and play call. So all stuff that we kind of already knew about Heupel on offense. I think it's more the defensive line that you knew was very good. Dave Doran said, we talked last week, Dave Doran said it's the best defensive front they're going to play all year. And to see it kind of live up to the expectation, I think any of those moments where you just go, wow, that's different. He's a number 1 overall pick kind of guy. That's where you go, there's something special there that's different than other teams.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports. Texas A&M plays at Florida this week. Florida has to get this right to have a shot at something this season. They've got Graham Mertz back. DJ Lagway was awesome against Samford. It's also Samford. What do you think of that game in Gainesville?
It's a really interesting game. I mean, both quarterbacks, Mertz and Wigman, seem to be kind of predictable, I think. I mean, the offensive line for the Texas A&M Aggies is not particularly great. I didn't think Colin Klein had a great – I like Colin Klein a lot as a play caller and a schemer, but I don't think he had a great game against Notre Dame. And so I think it's very winnable for Florida. I don't know if Graham Mertz is the guy to do that. If you're trying to sell me on upside and like talent and playmaking ability and sort of outside the box play, dynamic like DJ Lagway is that guy. Graham Mertz is a nice, efficient player, and he was a very efficient player last year, and he's probably going to hit a certain ceiling this year as a quarterback. Is he the guy that needs to elevate this program? Like, I think Lagway could do that. And so I'm, if they're down 10-0 in the second quarter and the offense has punted 3 times, I would expect to see the backup quarterback. And I think Lagway should be the guy starting. That's unfair to Graham Mertz. It is what it is. But to your point, this is desperation mode. They can win this game. I don't know if they win this game with Graham Mertz. And so if you go to Lagway and you win at home, totally different vibe and energy on the season. Like, you could win some games here in this first half of the season. And, if you get to, what is it? If they get to that ruthless stretch and they're like 5-2, they lose to Tennessee on the road, they lose to Miami, 2 teams that could be top 10 at the time. There's not a lot of shame in that. And then you may be pulling upset in the second half. Again, Florida could still end up where fans wanted them to be at like 7 wins. Is that good enough to, with Lagway as the quarterback who looks like the future, that might be good enough to keep everybody around. I don't know. It's a really interesting situation. A&M is a better defense than even Miami. So if it's a low-scoring game, Florida's got a chance. If it's a high-scoring game, that's a problem.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports. Did you learn anything about any SEC team after 2 weeks? If so, what did you learn?
Texas is in mid-season form. I expected them to go up there and beat Michigan that way, but to see it in real time is just even more impressive. So I don't know if that's learning something. They sort of answered some doubts in my mind in the preseason, like, all right, are they really ready? You go up there and dominate like that, they're ready. South Carolina and Kentucky, that is one of the most astonishing outcomes that I can think of in the first 2 weeks in the SEC. South Carolina looked completely lost against Old Dominion. Lenore Sellers tackles his own player. They looked terrible. And to go up there and physically maul a Kentucky team the way they did, that is an eye-opening statement on both sides. It's not anything I learned necessarily about Kentucky. I thought Mark Stoops was going to retire at the end of the year. You lose these types of games in this type of way, and it's real easy for a guy like Mark Stoops, who has accomplished everything he needs to accomplish in life, to start to check out and for it to sort of unravel quickly. And that's not surprising to me. How it happened, and that South Carolina is the one that did it, that was an enormous win for Shane Beamer. The natives were getting a little restless in Columbia, still might by the end of the year. That's an enormous win for South Carolina. So other than that, Taylon Green's pretty good at Arkansas. I think he's going to be a pretty good player in Bobby Petrino's offense. Diego Pavia, for everyone that hasn't watched him, he is so much fun to watch. I don't know if he'll survive the season healthy, but he's so much fun to watch. Otherwise, I think it's kind of as we expected. Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Missouri, Ole Miss, and Tennessee are all really, really good because they have very good quarterbacks, very good line of scrimmage play. And I think that's the 6 or 7 teams we're going to look at the end of the year.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports. What is there for people to check out right now?
Live every single Wednesday, of course, 3 p.m. Central Standard God's Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time on the 440 Sports YouTube page, myself and Stephen Godfrey. And one of the things we're going to start with today is this new playoff format is already hangs over everything. All of these games, Missouri and Boston College is now an enormous game because of the playoff. You look at the Arkansas-Oklahoma State game last weekend, enormous game because of the playoff. The playoff now hangs over so many more games. And honestly, when you look at what happened around the country, you have even more opportunity for an SEC team to get in based on what's happened in 2 weeks. So if you're Missouri, if you're Tennessee, you're rooting for Notre Dame to keep losing. You're rooting for Oklahoma State to almost lose. Like, you're rooting for these teams to lose. There's actually a spot maybe for a fifth SEC team, and we're going to talk about that coming up on the show. So SEC Football Live, Wednesdays, 4 o'clock Eastern on the 440 Sports YouTube page. Check it out.
From 440 Sports, he is Braden Gall. He is a Mets fan. Is that like the oatmeal raisin cookie being your favorite cookie, being a Mets fan?
I mean, that sounds like sociopathic behavior. But so does being a Mets fan, so maybe you're right. I don't know.
I think it might line up more closely than you realize.
No human being wakes up and decides on their own to be a Mets fan. It is a burden bestowed upon you by, in many cases, your father. So I blame my dad like I blame him for everything else. It was my father's fault, and I'm a Mets fan because of that. So there you go. Sorry.
Good session on the couch. Our time is up. Braden, we appreciate the time as always. Thanks so much. Enjoy the football this weekend, and we'll talk to you about it next week.
Sure, I got to pay you for this crap? No way, dude. No chance. Be good.
This is pro bono, this one. Hey, thanks, Braden. We appreciate you. 440 Sports. Go check him and the team out. Joins us each week right here on Josh and Swain.
I always love talking to Braden.
Yeah. He's a Packers fan, too, in the NFL. You're a Bears fan?
Oh, I'll take that back. Never mind. Yeah, I forgot about that. I need a moment. Let's go to break.
Well, let's take it. We'll come back, 865-656-9900. If you'd like your moment on the show, call or text in. Text box is open. We're here until 3 o'clock on Josh and Swain.
99.1, The Sports Animal and Coors Light are giving you the chance to upgrade your personal haven with the Ultimate Man Cave. Listen weekdays for your cue to call in and qualify for the Ultimate Man Cave Makeover. A 60-inch flat screen TV, 2 awesome recliners, and a super cold mini fridge. Good luck, you sports fanatical cave dwellers, from Coors Light and your station for the Vols, 99.1, The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
Ready for a new adventure? The new school year and fall are here. Let McGee Tyson Airport help you kick off the season of new beginnings. Whether it's back to school, a family trip, or just getting away for the weekend, start your journey with a smile. Jet off to Jacksonville, Florida, Washington, D.C., or a nonstop to St. Louis. Book your tickets now at flyknoxville.com.
Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select, Select Pro, or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore quality braking and improve stopping performance with parts and advice from the professional parts people. Save money now when you visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
You're either in or you're out. And some things need to be kept in. And some things need to be kept out.
Whether it's for safety, curb appeal, or privacy, Cantrell Fence Company separates the in from the out. Aluminum, wood, vinyl, or chain link, we can meet your needs. Let us help you keep what's important in and the rest out. Get your instant estimate today at CantrellFence.com.
Attention business.
GM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you are right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense reminds you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Tennessee only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line 800-889-9789.
Tommy Went here. When I'm on the football field, I rely on my teammates and coaches to be at the top of their game. The A.G. Hines Company, a fourth-generation family business backed by more than 100 years of customer service, serving all of East Tennessee. That's a century's worth of knowledge and material application. Concrete, masonry, waterproofing, stucco eaves, slate roofing, and manufactured stone veneer. They have you covered with name brands like Nudura, Drive It, and Spec Mix. No job is too big or too small. They have the right set of coaches to assist you in all your residential or commercial construction needs. The A.G. Hines Company, building materials since anyone can remember.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1, the sports animal proves it. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on the Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Call or text in at 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. Tomorrow will be the start of Week 2 in the NFL. We might see a good amount of Jalen Wright at running back.
Yeah, it looks like A-Chain beat up their running back, and then Mostert is beat up. So their first two start running backs is banged up. And
yeah, Mostert's already ruled out.
Yeah, so A-Chain has been in and out the lineup in practice this week. There's questions about his availability for the entire game, so it's a perfect opportunity for Jalen Wright. And we heard earlier during fall camp some high praise from, I want to say it was A-Chain, about Jalen Wright. The advice that he gave him and how he was more further along than he was during his rookie season.
Yeah. So high praise for Jalen, who has a ton of speed, playmaking ability that Tennessee fans saw, and we'll have a chance maybe tomorrow night to show that off with the Miami Dolphins. That's a big Thursday night game, the Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Big AFC East matchup.
Oh, yeah. And this is when Miami is supposed to win. It's hot. The weather's nice. We understand what happens with Miami when it gets a little cold outside during playoff time. So they got to win these type of games now.
Checking out the text box. One text. Glad to be back in town, enjoying the show. Well, we appreciate you checking out the show, saying Josh Heupel going to hold some things back for his old pals in Oklahoma next week.
I guess he won't really have to show much or do much.
Against Kent State.
Like, you can call it, oh, you don't want to show too much. I look at it as you don't have to do too much. I don't know if Josh Heupel will have to pull out some special plays or do a lot to beat. Is it Norfolk State? Who? Akron State. Akron. No, hold on. Which one is it? Kent State. Yeah, Kent State. You don't have to do too much to beat Kent State. So you won't. I don't think Josh Heupel saying, hey, man, I ain't going to run these plays right here because I want to save this for Oklahoma. Like, if we were playing a better team, I would understand that, but you don't really have to do much. You can do the basics and beat Kent State by 50 points. With that being said, yes, we'll probably see some things versus Oklahoma that we haven't seen all season long.
Just overlooking the golden flashes right there.
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
Barry in the text box, same question for you guys as I've had for the other shows today. Do you guys feel like the top 4 seeds are getting screwed by having a first round with no home playoff game? So they get a bye in the first round, no home playoff game, saying I think they would rather have the home game. I wouldn't say they're getting screwed because that means that's one less game they have to play and win to win the national title. It also keeps your team fresher instead of having to play a game where you get beaten up. Now, I do think there is an argument, depending on how teams end up being seeded, where you look at that 5 seed and maybe 6 seed. The 5 seed especially, because the 5 seed will most certainly face a group of 5 team at home in the first round, and then in the second round would play the 4 seed, which is the weakest of the conference champs on a neutral site. The 1 seed would get a first-round bye, but then would turn around and play the winner of the 8-9 matchup, which very well could be a really good team that just had a couple losses and is back there at the 8-9. But, no, I don't – especially seeds 3 and 4. I mean, those are likely ACC and Big 12 champs that I'm sure will be happy to be able to skip around and get to the quarterfinals. What do you say?
Ditto. When you make a really good point, ditto is the best answer, so I don't mess up a great point that you just made.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, so I just put the cherry on top. But you did all the baking, did all the mixing.
Slide it in.
I just put the cherry on top.
Take it out.
I couldn't have made that point better myself.
Mitchell in the text box asking, is it technically Oklahoma week?
Technically, no. But technically, yes. Technically, no, but we're thinking about Oklahoma. As you should if you're a fan. Because especially if you go into the game, you better be thinking about Oklahoma. You better be booking those hotels. You better be planning, travel, finding out what time you're leaving. Heck yeah. But no, technically it is not Oklahoma week.
Are you staying at that Boomer Sooner hotel? What hotel is that?
It's called Sooner Legends.
Sooner Legends. You staying there?
Absolutely not. First of all, when the team travels, the hotel staff is usually rocking some Tennessee stuff. There's Tennessee posters and signs everywhere to make Tennessee feel like it's a home game, knowing that you're going to play another team stadium. And that hotel is nothing but Sooner stuff. Every room, it's Sooner memorabilia, photos, pictures. It's Sooner themed. But I want no part of that hotel. They tried to take me out. What was that, 2011? They tried to take me out last time I was there. So, won't be going back.
Did you ever visit Norman as a recruit?
No. Why would I do that? Nah, I'm kidding. Oklahoma was good then.
Yeah, they were good. They just won a national title. I'm trying to think of who their quarterback was.
Why would I know that? No, I didn't take a trip. I remember being.
Yeah, that's right. You were pre-internet as a recruit, so.
Yeah. I remember being in San Antonio for the U.S. All-American game, and there was a lot of dudes, talking about Oklahoma, committing to Oklahoma. So, they were one of those in programs at the time. But no, I just.
Yeah, they were back at that point.
I never thought about going to Oklahoma.
Yeah, how far west did you go as a recruit? You snubbed Coach Cut, didn't you? You wouldn't even go visit Ole Miss.
Dude, why do I want to live in Mississippi? No, thank you. Hold on, let me look at the map. Let me go Dora Explorer on you. Let me check out the map. It's 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 the map. Let's see here. Michigan. Michigan.
Is that right?
Yeah, Michigan was the furthest west.
Okay.
I've been on a trip. That's about it. I don't know why. That's crazy, man.
You didn't want to go team up with Reggie Bush? He was in your class. He went to USC.
I don't think USC recruited me. I don't even think they sent me a letter. I don't think I was good enough. I don't think I was good enough, man. No. LSU sent me a letter, though. My man Derek Dooley.
That's right. That's right. Misspelled your name, had you in the wrong class.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, actually, it was a compliment because I was younger than what he thought I was.
That part's true.
Yeah, it was kind of a compliment. He thought I was a junior, but I was really a sophomore. So, must have been balling for sure then.
Must have been.
Yeah, but no, Michigan was the furthest west.
By the way, I'm trying to pull up the 2003 U.S. Army All-American roster. You played so long ago that the graphic is broken. Like it just cuts off at Jory Adams, who went to Texas A&M. Look at this.
I mean, it was 21 years ago.
That it was. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us alongside VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, number 21 overall in the 2003 recruiting class, according to ESPN.com.
Get it right.
We'll come back right here on Josh and Swain.
Nico, play fake, fires wide open in the end zone. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Tennessee. A 15-yard strike to Miles Kitzelman.
Your station for the Tennessee Volunteers. 99.1, the sports animal.
Bring security to your home with a new fence from Tennessee Home. Tennessee Home is your local trusted fencing and deck specialist. Call today for a free no-pressure appointment. 865-304-0955 or visit online tennesseehome.us.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the sports animal.
In the NFL, Dolphins running back Raheem Mostert has been ruled out for Thursday night's game against the Bills, while running back Devon Achane is a game-time decision. Mostert sustained a chest injury in Miami's win over Jacksonville. The lack of running back depth could mean VFL Jalen Wright will likely see some playing time should Achane sit out for tomorrow night's game against Buffalo. Michigan's Sharon Moore has signed a 5-year deal with the university after coaching the first 2 games of the season without a contract. Michigan's former offensive coordinator took over for Jim Harbaugh, who left the school during the offseason to take over the Los Angeles Chargers in the NFL. Major League Baseball in the evening at 6:45. Rockies visit the Tigers. Phillies host the Rays. Braves take on the Nationals. Just after 7, Royals visit the Yankees. Twins host the Angels. Red Sox face the Orioles. At 7:45, the Reds visit the Cardinals. Just after 8, Astros host the A's. At 9:45, Padres get the Mariners. Giants face the Brewers, and the Cubs get the Dodgers at 10. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Citra RY 200-993, purchase price $98.29, Ultima RN 399-573, purchase price $23,621, 0% financing on select models, number on dealer based on July 2024 RDR report. All offers with approved credit cannot combine offers.
Ready, set, Omaha! Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp for Oak Ridge Nissan, and it's football time at Oak Ridge Nissan. Want to score big? Get into a new Nissan Sentra for only $19,829, or Nissan Altima starting at $23,621. Or how about interest rates as low as 0% APR? Want to really stiff-arm the competition? Hey! If you got a trade, you got it made. Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay it off no matter what you owe. So remember, more for yours plus less for ours equals you saving thousands of dollars. It's 3rd and goal on the 1. No stopping now. So be a winner and make that 10-minute drive to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands of dollars. And that's why
you're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Imagine you're going into surgery and had a choice of doctors, one with 3 years experience and one with 10. The more experienced doc always wins out because the chances of a positive outcome are better, right? The same goes for commercial real estate. Trusting the less experience can cost you dearly when time and knowledge are factored in. So why take the chance? Trust the largest and most experienced commercial real estate company in East Tennessee. NAI Cola RM Moore, 40 plus years in business, over 20 brokers with countless prestigious industry certifications, and close to 500 years of combined staff experience. From office and investment property to property management, trust the experienced professionals at NAI Cola RM Moore to maximize your profit potential in commercial real estate. Reach NAI Cola RM Moore today. Call 865-531-6400. That's 865-531-6400. And online at colamore.com.
And the Vols defense has scored a safety.
Chalking up a safety in football is pretty tough, but assuring safety in your home can be quite simple. Hi, it's Scott Brokamp. At His Security Technology, we are committed to your protection and peace of mind. No matter where you are, our powerful phone app can alert you about anything that happens in your house. Advanced systems at affordable prices means you can protect what matters most. His Security Technology, in God we trust, all others we monitor. Free consultations and no contracts ever.
Find out more at ballalarm.com.
Hello again. This is Matt White with White's Marble Works. As everyone knows, football season is here, and just like Tennessee Vol fans, your kitchen deserves a winning lineup. At White's Marble Works, we're a 7th-generation family-owned company delivering top-quality granite, marble, and quartz countertops to tackle the toughest kitchens with style and durability. Locally owned, highest quality, competitively priced, and built to last. Just give us a call today at 423-337-2138 or visit us online at whitesmarbleworks.com. White's Marble Works, quality stone products since 1870.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
86 degrees, low humidity, east wind, light, and no rain ahead of Francine's first impact, which will be the high, thin, translucent veil of clouds. It's here tonight. Should be a beautiful sunset. Rain is arriving from the outer bands, but not till late Thursday and then more Friday, Saturday. From the WVLC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. East Tennessee, born and raised. If you're facing legal troubles, make the call to East Tennessee's local law firm, Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group. Call 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. An attaboy to hand out coming up in just a moment, thanks to the Native Nursery. We've also had a few texts coming in. I asked you how far west you went as a recruit. You chose Tennessee over Michigan. You said Michigan might have been as far west as you went as a recruit. You didn't have love for the Big 12 and the Pac-10. It would have been at the time.
I was open to it.
Now, we're getting questions. Is Ann Arbor west of Knoxville? I think it is. I'm looking, not by much, but
not by much.
It was pointed out it's north. Well, yeah, I think it's obviously north of Knoxville, but I do believe it's slightly west. I looked at the latitude, longitude, and got confused. But looking at the map, I think it's a little bit west.
I just answered the question. You said how far west I was. You didn't ask about north.
Right.
How far west?
Right. That would be the answer to how far north you went too, right?
Well, can't get much north than that.
Mm-hmm. You didn't go. It's more north than Rutgers. You didn't go visit there. Well, wait. You didn't go visit Vandy?
I did.
Nashville. That's west of Ann Arbor.
Yes, 707 passing camp.
Okay.
Going to my 9th grade year. That's the closest we'd call a visit.
Okay. A stop-in, as it may have been. But we're glad to have you here. in Knoxville.
It's good to be here, man. Home. Where you from? Knoxville. Hometown.
Former Huntsville native Jason Swain.
That's right. That's right. It feels good. Those ain't nothing like those mountains, man. Now driving back from Charlotte, it's a pretty cool view of the mountains.
Leon Hall was in your class, All-American. He went to Michigan.
Yep.
Did he try to get you to come join him?
No. I was on a visit with Ryan Mundy.
Okay.
He was a really good player. Wound up playing for the Steelers. Does a lot in the mental health space now. But I remember Ryan Mundy. I also took a visit with Paul Oliver, who went to Georgia. You know, he committed suicide after his playing days. But I remember Paul Oliver being on my visit too at Michigan, my official visit.
But you gave your all for the Vols even as a recruit. You got Aaron Sears. Helped
That's
get him
right.
to Knoxville.
That's right. I remember being on my visit to Michigan, and I asked for sweet tea, and they were like, we don't serve sweet tea. Sorry. I was like, why not? And I was reminded that they don't do sweet tea in the North. I was like, I don't know about this. This ain't going to work.
So you pulled out your singular Nokia, called Coach Fulmer, and said, I'm coming?
I probably had one of those bad boys.
Remember that one, the little guy?
It wasn't nothing little about it.
I'm not talking about the Zach Morris. I'm talking about like that little phone that was maybe the size of a thumb.
No, I didn't have that one. But phones are a lot different then, Josh. That's for sure.
A lot different. One more. David asking, when we beat Oklahoma, should we plant the UT flag at the 50?
Nah.
You're not a big flag planting guy. You were a part of teams that did it. I do remember that.
I don't know if I would say I'm not a big. It just depends on like the situation, the moment.
Was Chris Brown one of the flag planters down at LSU?
I think Chris had the flag. I think he was waving it.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken.
05.
Yeah. I don't know. Like if you plant the flag, you have to be prepared to fight.
Yes.
Like you have to make it up in your mind that if I do this, I'm prepared to throw hands.
Yes, escalation could be the next step.
Correct. Correct. Like you are climbing up the chimney looking for smoke at that point if you're doing that. And so I was too tired after the game to be doing that. I ain't trying to fight again. We fought for 60 minutes. So it depends on what happens like pregame, because sometimes you get some talk going from one side to the other in the pregame. You get some talk that happens, maybe some things escalate during the game, and after the game it kind of boils over. You want to let them know, like, no, this is our house. We came in here, we put our feet on the coffee table, we walked in your refrigerator, in the kitchen, walked in there, opened the refrigerator, made ourselves a sandwich, and we gave your wife a kiss. What you gonna do about it? Like, sometimes you gotta let them know that, but it just depends.
Little trip down memory lane. No flag planting next week.
No,
or if you do, be prepared for what might happen.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And you don't want to give them the satisfaction either.
Okay.
Like, this is your first year in the SEC. We're gonna beat you up. It's gonna be a business trip. We're not gonna make a big deal about it because this is what we're supposed to do. So you don't want to make a big deal about the win.
Okay. Before we close out this segment, we hand out attaboys and attagirls, so we transition from do you want to plant some flags and start some fights on the road to handing out an attaboy. We do that every day thanks to the Native Nursery for contractors and landscapers. This pains me a little bit, but we are nothing if not professional on this show.
Hey, professional, man.
Kyle Schwarber, he is a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. They are going to win the NL East. They're really good. He blasted his 14th leadoff home run of the season, breaking Alfonso Soriano's MLB record that had stood for more than 20 years in a Phillies win over the Tampa Rays. They have an 8-game lead atop the NL East. So Kyle Schwarber, former Cub, former Smoky. There's a local tie to Kyle Schwarber. He was a beast when he came through for the Smokies. Wasn't in East Tennessee long because he was that good. He was headed to the majors. But Kyle Schwarber, now the leader for most home runs leading off in a single season in MLB history. So we hand out an attaboy to former Smoky, former Cub, now with the Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber. Every day we hand out attaboys and attagirls thanks to the Native Nursery. It's open for contractors and landscapers as your one-stop destination offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials, including boulders, flagstone, mulch, and more. If you're a contractor or landscaper, get in touch with the Native Nursery. Great local company. See how they can help you. Call 865-310-3256. Go to 3473 Louisville Road, just 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit. They can even take your leaves and hardscape waste for a low, flat rate at the Native Nursery. We'll come back for a final segment. Wrap things up right here on Josh and Swain.
The Office Laser Printer, the device everyone loves to hate. Yet for most organizations, it's essential. Even in today's digital age, Office functionality often relies on printers. They help us get work done, but they're often down when you need them the most. And their toner cartridges are too expensive. Image Matters, East Tennessee's premier locally owned office technology company, can help resolve the love-hate relationship with your laser printers. With our comprehensive managed print services program, your printers, regardless of make or model, will be supported by Image Matters' award-winning customer service with proactive supply management on a simple cost-per-page program, reducing cost by up to 30% compared to buying toner cartridges from the big box stores. Let Image Matters help you love your printer again. Contact one of our dedicated managed print specialists for a complimentary print environment assessment by visiting us at imagemattersinc.com or call 865-212-3600. Image Matters, technology you need, people you trust.
For over 100 years, Marvin has been helping contractors and homeowners bring their building projects to life. Marvin Windows and Doors will inspire you to create with confidence, value, and distinction. When you choose expertly crafted Marvin products from Hiwassee Window, you have the support you need to make every window and door project a success. Let their professional sales staff with over 90 years combined experience help you choose the right product. Find your Marvin Windows and Doors today at Hiwassee Window, 865-675-3690, just off Level Road.
It's almost football time and tailgating time in Tennessee. The lawyers at McKinnish Law Group want to remind you to be responsible while cheering on your favorite football team. However, if your celebration goes too far, just because you're arrested does not mean you're guilty. Let the McKinnish Law Group defense attorneys advise you through every aspect of your DUI case. Don't leave your DUI arrest matters to another, less experienced criminal law firm. Put our number in your phone now, 865-233-1105, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. 865-233-1105.
It's football time in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Let's get some nachos before kickoff.
Hold on. I forgot my wallet at home.
Don't worry. You can still enjoy the game, even if your wallet's at home. When you add your Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union debit or credit card to your digital wallet, they're always available to use. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Join us now.
And the Vols defense has scored a safety.
Chalking up a safety in football is pretty tough, but assuring safety in your home can be quite simple. Hi, it's Scott Brokamp. At His Security Technology, we are committed to your protection and peace of mind. No matter where you are, our powerful phone app can alert you about anything that happens in your house. Advanced systems at affordable prices means you can protect what matters most. His Security Technology, in God we trust, all others we monitor. Free consultations and no contracts ever.
Find out more at vaulalarm.com.
Does your office stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We're back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We've appreciated all the interaction. Text box was booming.
It was, man.
Today, Jason Swain.
That's what happens when you 2-0, top 5 team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
When you're winning, everything is good.
So Tennessee's going to try to keep winning.
They'll do that.
Shouldn't be a problem on Saturday. Saturday night, Tennessee will play Kent State. We're going to hit the power poll in a moment with players we're interested to see. Should see a lot of players. So players besides Nico that we're excited to see. Nothing wrong with being excited about Nico, but Nico and beyond. We'll have that. We did have Rocky Top GA say, looked it up, Ann Arbor is 0.2 degrees east of Knoxville.
Of course.
So,
of course.
Doing the homework for us. So if that is the case.
No, I believe Rocky Top GA. He's smart dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real smart.
Smarter than us, I have to imagine.
100%.
Doesn't take a whole lot there. Also, there are a little more than 2 hours to go. We have the link on our website, 991thesportsanimal.com. There's a Skybox experience that is available for this Saturday night. 4 tickets to the game, access to a gourmet buffet in the East Skybox, 2 premium parking passes, a football sign by Josh Heupel, and as great as that is, the experience at the game, the important thing is to help out a great local organization. That's Cancer Support Community East Tennessee. If you're interested, if you know somebody that might be interested in bidding on that auction, could be a great gift for clients, employees that you want to celebrate. Say, hey, go to the game. Enjoy this opportunity to support Cancer Support Community East Tennessee. Go to 991thesportsanimal.com. Click on the What's Happening tab under Connect on our website, and you'll find the link to the auction right there. For this Saturday in the UT Skybox, that experience to help benefit the Cancer Support Community, East Tennessee. As we close out the show, Swain, we have the power poll. 5 guys we're looking forward to seeing this Saturday night in that game, Tennessee against Kent State.
Number 5, I'm going with Nady Shula. I want to see all the quarterbacks play. Number 4, I'm going with Nathan Leacock.
He put the effort in the offseason. He put the effort in against Chattanooga, racing that defender down from behind to keep him from getting to the end zone.
Number 3, Peyton Lewis. See him making plays on kickoff coverage. I want to see him get some reps at running back. Show us what he can do and what we can look forward to in the future. Number 2, Jake Merklinger. We saw him against UTC. A lot of rushes, runs, scrambling. I want to see him get more time in the pocket, whether that is offensive line doing a better job blocking or him doing a better job staying in the pocket to deliver the football. And number 1, Jordan Ross, Vestavia Hills. You saw the block punt. You saw him pick up that punt return, the block punt, and scoop it and score 2 weeks ago. And I want to see him show his athletic ability like he did in those highlight films when he was dunking on people's kids in high school. That's what I want to see. So
dunking on people's kids. That's what he was doing.
That's what he was doing.
Okay, I went all freshman class here. With all due respect to the second-year guys and older, I went all freshmen.
Okay.
For this game.
It's your list.
The number 5, it's kind of wide-ranging. I guess I mean that literally and figuratively. The big boys. We've heard a lot about the freshman offensive linemen. Maybe get them a little run because they're going to be competing for starting spots next year. Number 4, Peyton Lewis.
Huh? Which player's number 5?
The big boys.
There's somebody on the team named the Big Boys?
I want Glenn Ellerby to walk over and say, big boys, get out there. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. Number 4, Peyton Lewis. Number 3, Jordan Ross. Number 2, Jake Merklinger. Number 1, look at you. You're growing as a former wide receiver. You didn't have Mike Matthews on your list. I want to see Mike Matthews for a number of reasons. 1, talented player. I want to see what he can do. Also, so Tennessee fans can get a little relief here. I think they're asking, what is going on? When are we going to get Mike Matthews? So hope you get him this Saturday.
Yep, he need to make the cut.
Top 5 players we want to see Saturday beyond the obvious guys that we know will start things out Saturday night against Kent State. And we'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock to talk about Kent State. Bet Oklahoma comes up again tomorrow as well. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Joel Silverberg, thank you as always as well. See you tomorrow right here on Josh and Swain.
Okay, football.